The following is a presentation of the Watertown Baseball Association in partnership with Eero TV and KXLG Radio. This is coverage of the 2025 State A American Legion Baseball Tournament from historic Watertown Stadium on Post 17 TV. Now, let's head down to the diamond and round the bases with the KXLG pregame show on Post 17 TV.
Show. Day number 3, we've had 2 great days. Tournament rolls on.
I don't have him.
From KXLG. Good morning.
How are you doing, Jeremy?
Good. I should say afternoon, I guess.
Yes, it is.
Maybe my mic wasn't on. I think it is now, or unless we hit it. So I hope we're good here. But anyway, I'm here with Ben Dilla and Todd Judding as well as we have the KXLG pregame show. I will tell you, we do have pretty nice weather out here. It's a little hazy. Benny, apparently it's a gift from Canada.
That's right. Yep, Canada's having a bonfire up there, so we are the beneficiaries. But not too bad. You can see some blue peeking out through the haze, and hopefully the sun's out. Got a nice little south breeze, so maybe that blows it up north. Maybe our friends up in Fargo can get some of this smoke instead.
We've definitely had a lot of it, so it might be a little hazy today, but it's going to be a good day for baseball. Game number 1 coming up here for today, an elimination contest with number 2 seed Yankton taking on number 5 seed the Renner Royals. Let's first of all talk about the 2 seed Yankton. They have a record currently 27 wins, 11 losses. Game 1 lost to Harrisburg 8-0, and yesterday won 3-2 over Pierre in a 9-inning contest. You know, we play normally 7-inning games, and Benny, that was a long one yesterday.
Yeah, it was, and Beck Reichen went 8 2/3 on the mound and then got the game-winning single. So he had a heck of a day yesterday. They started out real hot. I thought they were going to hit Pierre pretty hard yesterday. They got 2 runs right away in the first, and then J.J. Buchholz from Pierre kind of buckled down and held them in check. And yeah, like you mentioned, it went the full 9 innings yesterday. So first and only game so far that's went to extras this tournament. But Yankton comes out on top, and their coach was very confident with the pitching they have coming today with Frankie Invelt. So yeah, I'm excited to see kind of what they look like today.
Yeah, absolutely. Yankton, of course, number 2 seed for a reason. They've had a great season, and Frankie Invelt going to be the pitcher today for Yankton. Now let's talk about the Renner Royals. They're the number 5 seed. They have a record of 21 wins and 20 losses. Game 1 beat Brandon Valley 6-2, and yesterday they ended up losing to Rapid City Post number 320 6-0. Their head coach is Isaac Struck. Great game in Game 1. Yesterday they struggled a little bit, and Todd Judding, Renner just couldn't do much yesterday. They really struggled a little bit from the plate and just had some bad luck.
Yeah, they did. I think part of it, is how well Rapid City's playing. And, they've come into the tournament hot, and they've just continued on their way so far and, have done some things pretty well like you'd expect. And, I think I look for them to bounce back. They seem like kind of a pesky team. They're kind of like a mosquito that won't go away. They just kind of keep battling and battling. They'll battle till the end. I mean, they're going to show you and give you what they have. So it'll be an interesting matchup, I think, today.
Absolutely. In Game 1, Jackson Bjorkman had a great job on the mound in their win over Brandon. Yesterday, Rylan Arbogast ended up pitching in the loss of 320. So now we're at that point, guys, where we're kind of getting concerned a little bit about pitching. And this is where that game of chess comes into play. Do you think this keeps the coaches up at night, Ben?
I'm guessing they kind of have a strategy, but yeah, they may wake up in a cold sweat thinking, oh boy, what am I going to do? But, that's I think the beauty of Legion baseball is you kind of got to have 6, 7, 8, 9 arms that you can count on at any given time to, go in there, get a few outs.
Absolutely. And Todd, when we talk about pitching, that's really one thing. A lot of these teams we've seen really keep their starters in for quite some time.
Yeah, I think, like you look at 320, both of their starters have gone the distance for both of those games. And I think it's going to come down to stretch here to find, well, it's more probably today, just because guys can maybe come back tomorrow and throw after, day 1 and maybe day 2 based on how many pitches they had. So I think today's really a crucial game. You're going to have kids that can come in and throw strikes and let the defense work behind you, and hopefully, it works out for you.
Absolutely. I tell you what, we've got a great game coming up here. 2 more after that. We will have a special national anthem. All of our national anthems have been great here for the state tournament. Dr. Brian Bach, beautiful voice. He's going to be doing it for this next game. Let's talk about the other games coming up here today. Coming up after this one at 4 o'clock, an elimination game. Probably we didn't see it happening at this point. Number 1 seeded Rapid City Post 22 taking on the 3 seed Watertown. Each team with 1 loss. Should be a great game, and wow, I'm excited for that one, Ben.
I am too, and to me, the thing I'm looking forward to most, Watertown, can their bats kind of wake up? They've been a low-hitting team so far this tournament, so can they get those bats going? And then Post 22, we talked to Coach Kelvin Torvey yesterday, and he said he didn't recognize that team because they pride themselves on pitching and defense. So that's what the matchup I'm going to be watching, you know, and I think that's what will decide it. Does Post 22 get back on track with their pitching, or does Watertown get some early hits, early runs, and kind of put the pressure on them?
Absolutely. And then in the late game coming up tonight, it's a 2 undefeated team so far in the tournament. Rapid City Post number 320, the A seed, taking on the number 7 seed Harrisburg. Todd, a lot of people probably didn't have that on their bracket if you're filling one out, much like they do at the NCAA tournament. But boy, I can't think of a better matchup here for the late game tonight.
Absolutely not. Both teams are playing very well, and that's why they're in the position they are. Like I said, you look at 320, both of their starters have gone the distance, so I don't know what they have for a 3rd or 4th guy. Harrisburg's playing awful well right now, and, you know, like I said, they had a losing record coming in, but certainly wouldn't have expected a 7-8 matchup here tonight in the winner's bracket and looking to stay undefeated. And I really think it's going to be a heck of a ball game. Both teams are hitting the ball real well, and defensively they play real well, so it's going to be a really good game.
Absolutely, and I tell you what, we were treated last night. Eli Kopenge, who really, man, that guy pitched really fast, Benny.
Yes, he did. He pitched really fast, really hard, and you know, he hasn't pitched much this summer, like you guys, he said in the post game. But also, I think he went 4 for 4 from the plate. So I mean, he's a well-rounded player, and definitely someone that's very fun to watch out on the baseball field.
And that's why you can tell he's a major Division I athlete that's going to be going to the University of Minnesota. When we look at that game last night, Todd, it was pretty heated at times. It was a lot of the fans were getting pretty excited. There were some interesting things going on. We had a home run by Eli. He didn't touch home plate, and I think if you look at the replay, and he said he blames himself for that one. But man, that was a shot, and that was an interesting situation.
Yeah, he hit that ball. I think I was going to ask him, and I didn't get a chance to ask him if he even felt it come off the bat, because I think he hit it right in the sweet spot, and there wasn't any doubt that ball was gone. And, you know, like he said, he got caught up in the moment, celebrating with the guys around home plate, just happened to skip right over it, and, you know, and that, you know, in that moment, that's just what happened, and, you know, we ended up with a triple, so to speak, and made him go 4 for 4, but it was a big hit either way, just because it got more runs across the plate for him with the bases loaded there, so.
I tell you what, guys, after 2 days of watching upper echelon South Dakota American Legion baseball, it's been super fun. Any surprises for each of you, maybe after the 2 days? You know, obviously it might be some of the teams that are, you know, moving on where maybe they weren't expected, but what has been the biggest surprise or treat for you, Benny, since this tournament began?
I think it has been Harrisburg. You know, they come in as a 7 seed, just maybe a chip on their shoulder, thinking that, you know, Eli mentioned it, you know, they just haven't been playing their best ball all summer, so they came in with them, you know, at the 7 seed, and so far, maybe other than 320, you know, obviously they seem like the best well-rounded team playing right now. So I think that's kind of been the biggest surprise to me so far.
I would agree. How about you, Todd?
Yeah, I would think the same. And on the other side, maybe 320 with Rapid City in the position they are. They just seem like, you know, a well-rounded team. You know, we watched them put some really good bunts down the stretch of the game yesterday, score some runs that way, and really put pressure on the defense. So, you know, again, it's really going to come down to pitching and defense, and then can you score enough runs, hopefully, in a day like today when the pitching might be a little suspect.
Well, I know we were talking with tournament director Ryan Neal. It gets a little hairy maybe after today who's going to be playing who, and we'll talk more about that as we come up here. We're getting ready for the pregame stuff here coming up on the field. We're going to be back. We're going to have a special treat coming up at each of the bottom of the 4th innings of our games with our KXLG Inside the Game. That'll be coming up. Make sure you stick around for that, of course, during the game. And we'll be back with the postgame show, the KXLG postgame show after the game. It's Yankton versus Renner coming up next, and we'll send it back to the main, what are we calling it, a truck?
Control booth.
All right, let's go control booth. I like truck, even though it's not a truck, but a control booth. We'll send it back to them.
afternoon and welcome to day 3 of the 2025 South Dakota State American Legion Championship tournament. Hey, we're coming live from the historic Watertown Stadium, a ballpark that is shaped in history, and it is the perfect setting for the 100th playing of American Legion baseball. We have the starting lineups have begun for you already, and so we're going to turn it over right away to the public address announcer of Tyler Merriam.
The right fielder, number 1, Evan Sirk. The starting pitcher, number 12, Frankie Itveld. And the rest of Yankton Post 12 with assistant coaches Peyton Mueller and Trey Creer and head coach Drew Lawrence. Now it's time to introduce the home team for today's game, the Royals of Renner Post 307. Leading off, center fielder, number 7, Jack Stuckel. Batting second, first baseman, number 12, Rylan Arbogast. Batting third, shortstop, number 4, Brody Jacobson. Batting cleanup, third baseman, number 1, Brogan Moffitt. The fifth batter, second baseman, number 13, Jackson Bjorkman. Batting sixth, the designated hitter, number 20, Zach Barr. Batting seventh, left fielder, number 5, Owen Lechtenberg. The eighth batter, catcher, number 6, Sam Donahoe. Batting ninth, the right fielder, number 3, Zach Sprinkle. The starting pitcher, number 9, Paxton Sohn. And the rest of the Renner Royals with assistant coach Dalton Vanderloo and the head coach Isaac Struck. Our umpires for today's game, calling the balls and strikes, will be Mike Deming. At first base, Johnny Kirshner. And at third base is Greg Warren. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask that you all please rise and remove your hats for the reading of the American Legion Code of Sportsmanship, to be followed by the singing of our national anthem. To recite the code, a representative of the South Dakota State American Legion Athletic Commission, Mr. Gene Gillen.
Good morning. What a beautiful day for a game of baseball. You know what baseball means? How do you spell it? F-U-N, because if you're not having fun, you're not playing baseball. So here we go. I will keep the rules, keep faith in my teammates, keep my temper, keep myself fit, keep a stout heart in defeat, keep my pride under victory, keep a sound soul, a clean mind, and a healthy body. Good luck to all. Now we have Mr. Singing it, I guess.
That is correct, Gene. Here to sing our national anthem is Dr. Brian Bach. Please honor the American flag beyond the fence in left for Mr. Bach's rendition.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And there you have it, Dr. Brian Bach with our national anthem to get day 3 underway here at the historic Watertown Stadium. As I mentioned in the pregame, this is the 100th playing of the great American game of American Legion Baseball. You are watching Post 17 TV, produced entirely by Arrow TV. I am Cam Corey, and joined alongside me here this afternoon is Brett Scott. Good afternoon, Brett.
Good afternoon, Cam.
So we've got a win or go home game.
We do. This showdown is between Renner Post 307 and Yankton Post 12. Two very proud programs, strong baseball programs. Only one's going to fight on to play on tomorrow.
Yeah, this is, and that's where we're at. We're on that side of the bracket. Day 3 pitching does become a question now. Your top 2 pitchers generally for both teams are probably got some pitches in or innings in, and a lot of teams working on their 3rd pitcher right now. Let's talk about Renner. They are the 5th seed, and they came out of the gate really strong in this tournament. They defeated Brandon Valley in the opening round, but then they ran into the Cinderella team. Can we call them that, the Cinderella team of Post 320, or?
Yeah, I don't know if we can call them Cinderella after knocking off Post 22.
Well, they're definitely a buzzsaw then. Yes. Let's call them the buzzsaw. And the Rapid City Post 320 Stars, and they did fall 6-0. That puts their record even at 19-19. But hey, that's dangerous, and their team that's clicking. And we're going to get started with Yankton, the number 2 seed, is actually going to be the visitors on the scoreboard here this afternoon.
Leading off for Yankton is Goki.
First pitch is in for a ball. Sam Goki has had a good tournament so far.
On the hill for Renner is Paxton Son.
1 ball, 2 strikes in the early going. They'll bring the count even at 2-2. You know, Yankton came into this tournament expecting to go really deep. They are here on day 3, but some would say it was a stunner when they were upset by Harrisburg Post 45 in that first game. Count is full now to Goki.
And not only that, they had a battle yesterday, a 9-inning game that they pulled out at the bottom of the 9th.
Right, on a walk-off single. And that is the first out of this afternoon's game on a 6-3 putout, or 5-3 putout. I think that was to the 3rd baseman. Matthew Sheldon is up for Yankton, the first baseman.
That must have clipped him.
Hit by pitch starts off the first batter or base runner for this game. Put Sheldon on first. We have seen the catchers in this tournament have just been outstanding. And not a lot of pass ball at all, and these catchers' arms are just throwing out runners left and right. I don't see Sheldon as a major threat to steal, Brett.
No, I don't. He's been on base several times and has not been a threat to steal a base.
Easton Fieser is up to bat for Yankton. Oh, 2.
Fieser coming into this tournament batting .350 with over a 400 on base. Batting third in the order, so he's obviously one of the
better batters. Paxton Son on the mound for Renner. He has pitched 30 innings this year. He has a 2-2 record, a 3.733 ERA, and a WHIP of 1.7. He's a strikeout pitcher, has 37 strikeouts in his 30 innings, but he also averages 1 walk per inning. So he does walk, probably, most coaches would say just a little too many.
Yeah, I would agree. Nobody wants to give up those free passes. It's kind of an old saying, walks lead to runs.
Song, the right-hander. Pitches in, hits up down the left field line. And caught down in left field by Owen Lechtenberg.
Brings up catcher number 22, Gavin Johnson.
There is 2 out in the top of the first. Paxton Son going to work. Pitches in, Johnson to the shortstop. Shortstop flips that over to second. Brody Jacobson, he's a good shortstop, swings that over to second and gets the out. After the one person left on base, no errors, no hits. You're watching Post 17 TV.
The best way to get the most out of college is to do the most while you're in it. At Lake Area Tech, you'll learn in a living, working environment with hands-on training and real-world experience to prepare for a high-paying career you love right out of school. From the moment you step on campus until you're one of our graduate success stories, when you start something here, you'll get an education you can really put to work and the best return on your investment. Lake Area Tech.
Stop into Roy Sports Shop.
At Active Heating, you could say we specialize in comfort, heating and air conditioning, plumbing, air and water quality. Active Heating is ready. Too hot or too cold? Our certified comfort experts for Coleman Heating and Cooling Equipment can help. Don't let a leak drain your bank account. Our plumbers can handle it. Improve your air and water quality with an air purifier and reverse osmosis system from Active Heating, your local Coleman dealer. Active Heating of Watertown and Brookings, your comfort experts.
Looking for a way to show your school spirit and support the Watertown School District? With the Aero Spirit card from American Bank and Trust, you can do both. Every time you use your Aero Spirit debit card, a portion of your purchase goes right back to the school, helping fund important programs and activities. It's a win for you and a big win for our students. Visit your local American Bank and Trust at 1715 First Avenue Northeast today to sign up and make a difference with every swipe. American Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
And welcome back to the Watertown Stadium. After the first half inning, Renner, the home team on the scoreboard, will be putting in the starting Stukel. So he is going to wear number 7 for Renner. Jack Stukel, bats a 276 average on base, 394. Does have 1 home run on the year, and at 12 RBIs. Also has 6 stolen bases. He's a versatile player. He's a gap hitter too, so a good leadoff player for Renner.
Pitching on the hill for Yankton today is Frankie Intfeld.
Intfeld is the pitcher for Yankton.
Intfeld actually graduated last year, but must be younger in age and still able to play Legion baseball this year.
There is some players that are able to do that. They come back. He eventually wants to become a physical therapist. Today he is the 3rd pitcher for Yankton up in the rotation. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Stukel. Dribbler. Infeld goes and gets it, throws, and he just loses the contact, goes past the first baseman, and that will be charged as maybe a single and then an error. We'll see what the official scoring play is here.
It was a tough play for the pitcher to make. It was almost impossible for the 3rd baseman. I think the error goes on the throw to advance to second, but the initial thing will be a single, the initial hit.
Yeah, that's what I would score that as well. Next up to bat for Renner is going to be Arbogast. Rylan Arbogast was on the hill last night for Renner. And they are calling that a single and an error.
Good bunt by Arbogast there to advance the runner, and he actually beat it out. So we have runners on 1st and 3rd.
And that will be another single on the bunt for Arbogast. Next up to bat is the shortstop for Renner. And that is Jacobson, Brody Jacobson, just a slugger. He leads the, he has the power, but he also has contact, has 9 doubles on the year. And that gets past a diving second baseman. That will score 1. Renner gets on the board first in the bottom of 1. Arbogast will go to second, and Jacobson on the grounder that gets by the second baseman of Yankton will get a single. Next up for Renner is Moffitt. Brogan Moffitt bats .373, and he is the slugger for Renner. Leads the team in home runs and RBIs. Infeld, first pitch is a ball.
It's been a good start for Renner when they have 3 straight hits to lead off the game.
And that is one thing that Yankton talked about, was their pitching depth. In this game so far, Renner has taken advantage here in this 3rd game. Goki picks that up, goes to 3rd, touches the bag, and then makes a throw across the diamond to Fieser. Fieser with the tag. So really good play by Goki.
The Comeouts of Legends tee off on their mini golf course. Race your crew in go-karts and strike up some laughs with mini bowling. Kids love the arcade, and parents, they've got you covered with cold beer.
Jackson Bjorkman up at the plate. Intveld looking at the runners. Now he pitches. Fly ball. Fly ball looks to be going to Fieser. Fieser right on the foul line. Puts that one away. So after one, Renner is leading Yankton 1-0. And what a fabulous double play. Goki at third base steps on the bag and makes the throw over to first, where the tag of Fieser completed the double play. You're watching Post 17 TV. We'll be back.
Looking for family fun all in one place? The Come Out's Legends. Tee off on their mini golf course. Race your crew in go-karts and strike up some laughs with mini bowling. Kids love the arcade, and parents, they've got you covered with cold beer and amazing food. And don't forget the cherry on top, SDSU ice cream. It's all happening at Legends, where fun meets flavor. Highway 212, Watertown. Mack Landscaping and Lawn Irrigation was started in 1983 and has developed into the top landscape and lawn irrigation business in the area. And it's not hard to see why. Just take a look at some of the work they've done. No job is too big or too small. Give Shane Mack a call at 605-880-6001 for landscaping, or Wyatt Mack at 605-880-0300 for lawn irrigation or lighting.
They say there's no guarantees in life. But who's they? And do they have Midco Internet? Now there's a guarantee. So let's go. Let's go reliable. Let's go resilient. Let's go beyond.
And first pitch by Song in the top of the second inning is to Reichen. Reichen was the star last night for Yankton. Beck Reichen had all 3 RBIs to lead his team into today's game against Renner.
He also pitched 8 2/3 innings.
Oh, yeah. How could I forget that? One hits the backstop. Count is at 2 balls, 1 strike. Sown on the Paxton. Sown on the mound. Down low. Sown with his 16th pitch so far in this game. And that will be a walk.
Now batting for Yankton, we have Owen Wishon, the second baseman.
He's played a really good second base in this tournament.
Yeah, I've been impressed with his defensive play out at second. You know, I noticed like Yankton, pretty much the same lineup all 3 days. Same batting order, same kids in each position, mostly, except for when they're pitching.
Well, it's worked for them this year. I mean, they've had just a fantastic season. Beck Reichen on first. Sohn looking at him. Now the pitch. And that is down the middle for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike to Owen Wishon.
Reichen looks like he's got a big lead over there.
Pitch is in, bunt down the first baseline, good bunt. Play is made, and Wishon will go down on the sac bunt. That will move Beck Reichen to second base. Bestie up for Yankton. He finished the night last night on the mound. Actually got the win in the bottom of, or pitched the top of the ninth.
He's back in center field today after playing shortstop yesterday.
Yeah, they move him around. Very good athlete.
Yeah, he played a very good shortstop yesterday, and that's not an easy move to go from center field into shortstop.
Sohn looks in. Bestie puts a bat on it, down to right field. It's a diving attempt and just passed. Sprinkle out in right field for Renner. Good attempt by Sprinkle. Not a lot of foul territory on the right field line. There is a lot of foul territory in the left field line, left field corner. Long strike for Bestie.
I don't know that I've ever seen another ballpark that I've been to here in South Dakota with that much foul territory down the left field line.
There's a lot of foul territory. Pitches up, little high, but Bestie in that defensive swing is able to put the bat on it and foul that off. Count is 0-2. Sohn is a strikeout pitcher, strikeout specialist. He's got Beck on second, pitches in. Line drive to center field. That is going to be an RBI for Tate Bestie. So Tate Bestie with a line drive into center field. And he will drive in Beck Reichen. So good piece of hitting on 0-2 by Tate Bestie. That will even the score up 1-1.
Trey Sager comes to the plate for Yankton.
Sager bats at .233. He does offer a bunt, and that is a high foul ball on a bunt. There is one out. This ball game all knotted up in this elimination game, 1-1. Sohn's got his sign, now throws over to first. Bestie back in easily. Showed bunt, pulls it back, and the strike is called. So 0-2 on Sager. Trey Sager wearing number 10. Yankton in their red tops and white bottoms, and Renner in solid white here today with their blue caps. Pitch is on its way, breaking ball, and that is able to induce the swing, and Trey Sager down on strikes. Be the second out of the inning.
Evan Sirk, the on-base machine for Yankton out of the 9-hole.
Yep. Sirk averages .338 out of the 9-hole. Does have 1 home run on the year, 3 triples. Bestie remains on at first base. Not as much of a crowd here today. Strike is in for a 1-1 count on Evan Sirk. Yeah, Yankton has a decent crowd. Renner sprinkled in there as well.
They seem to be keeping a close eye on Bestie.
Sirk hits it to second. That is picked up by Bjorkman. Thrown over to Arbogast and he catches that for the out. That will be 3 outs. You're watching Post 17 TV.
Newest and latest apparel, footwear, and equipment for your sports. Whether it's a new bat from Marucci, a glove from Rawlings, a new pair of shoes from Under Armour or Adidas, or a pair of Oakley sunglasses, Roy's Sports Shop has what you need. Check out their online spirit store for apparel from your favorite team or school. Let them know if you'd like to start a new online store for your team or organization. Roy's Sports Shop is a local business that has served our area for the past 50 years. Roy's Sports Shop, East Highway 212, Watertown.
Whether you're cheering on your team from across the state or across the country, just know, right here in Watertown, Sharp Automotive is driving hometown pride forward. From new Chevys and GMCs to trusted service and parts, Sharp Automotive is proud to support South Dakota Legion Baseball in the next generation of hometown heroes. Shop online anytime at sharpgm.com. We'll be here when you're ready. Sharp Automotive, driven to serve and proud to support all baseball fans.
Welcome back to the Watertown Stadium. You're watching Post 17 TV, which is produced by Aero TV, the Aero TV crew who you're seeing back behind us. And ladies and gentlemen, this is a crew of high school students. They have put on a magnificent program here for all of you viewers, and these high school students are dedicated. They're out here early in the morning, they're out here late at night, they're at their cameras. We have had heat, we have had rain, and these guys and girls are just a dedicated crew, and so we appreciate them coming out and following the ball and giving us the view, and this is really a production second to none here in South Dakota for American Legion Baseball. So congratulations and well done to everybody involved in making this happen. For those of you that couldn't make it here to Watertown, and those of you back in your hotels that are just watching games, this is been an undertaking, and we want to thank Ryan Remmers. He's our director for Aero TV, and well done to everybody. As we see Intfeld on the mound, he is pitching to Barr, I believe is the batter. Zach Barr goes down on strikes. Lechtenberg, the left fielder, comes to the plate, the left-hander. Pitches up for a ball. One ball, 0 strikes, and now we add a strike to that good pitch right down the middle. Pitches in, swing and a miss. Actually, did he get a piece of that? Fouled that off. Lechtenberg with a .407 on base percentage. He's a quick, speedy player, and does have a tendency to strike out, however. Thought about it, checked his swing, and they're asking if he went and appealed.
No swing.
No swing, and that is umpire Greg Warren, the umpire-in-chief there on the third baseline, says no swing, but it doesn't matter because the next pitch that came right into Lechtenberg, he watched that one for strike 3. That will be Sohn's second strikeout of the game. As we mentioned, he is a strikeout pitcher, Paxton Sohn.
Brings catcher Sam Donahoe to the plate for Renner.
Sam Donahoe. He's a patient batter is what I've seen from him. He does have a high walk count, so which tells me as a batter that he is able to stay up there and be patient and have good selection, see the ball well. Takes that one for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Sohn looking to strike out the side here. That one is high, evens the count at 2-2. Swing, hits that to right field, Cirques out there, and he goes up with the left hand, makes the catch. And that is 3 outs in the bottom of 2. No runs, no hits, no errors, no one left on base. This is a 1-1 ball game.
In town for the game or just passing through? Well, swing by Country Road Barn, home of the area's best smoked meats, brisket, ribs, pulled pork, all slow smoked to perfection and served with that small town charm. They're open Wednesday through Friday, 5 until 9 p.m., so plan your visit and bring your appetite. It's a true taste of small town South Dakota and worth every mile. The Country Road Barn, just minutes from Watertown and a home run for your hunger. Stay connected with them on their Facebook page or website.
As one of the nation's strongest financial organizations, First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card have the strength to do good. We support nearly 700 organizations and nonprofits. Our employees give more than 30,000 volunteer hours annually. And we are continually seeking ways to make South Dakota an even better place to live. It's the Premier way. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card.
Welcome back to Post 17 TV, produced by Aero TV, and we are joined in partnership for this state tournament action with KXLG Radio, the live and local radio station here in Watertown. Up to bat for Yankton is going to be the top of the order, Goki. Goki is 0 for 1 on the day. Paxton Sohn remains on the mound. Two balls, 0 strikes. Sohn has pitched 31 pitches in this ball game. 2 complete innings. He's given up 1 hit, 1 run. 1 of them has been earned, and 1 walk and 1 strikeout.
I think 31 pitches for him at this point is good for Renner to see. Like we said earlier, he does have a high walk rate.
Yeah. Yep.
So for him to be through 2 with 31 pitches is right on where they want him to be.
Goki, 3 balls, 1 strike. Pitches in, swing, And that is going to be a gapper. So he's going to be able to get 2, and slips going around first. So he will get a single. They're going to call time. It looks like the sod
looks like he left a little bit of a divot there.
Yep. So the grounds crew will likely have to come out and do some work on the field as he was rounding. And I saw it as he was rounding, he slipped, but that would have been why he slipped right there.
And they've done a lot of work to the field the last couple weeks, so that might be some fresh new grass there that came up.
You know, Stuckel, who is playing center field for Renner, good play by him. It dropped in there. It could have easily been a gapper, but he himself got to the ball really quick, got it in, and saved that from being an extra base hit. And they are looking at the ground, trying to look to see how they can repair this. You know, if we look at some of our team or our players here this afternoon, Brett, and I've just got Beck Reichen has been just a stud this weekend. He was the hero of last night's game, both at the plate and on the mound. And in this tournament so far, he is 3 for 7. He is Renner, up till today, has only scored 3 runs, and he was responsible for all 3 RBIs in that extra inning battle against Pierre. And you know, he's in that 5-hole. Just when he comes up, there's people on base, and he's been able to do it in this tournament.
Well, on top of that, he led off the second with a hit, and he's the only run for Yankton today. So he has scored all 4 runs in the 3 games for Yankton so far. So like you said, he's been the star of the show for Yankton so far.
Yeah, he's been really fun to watch and super impressive is Beck Reichen. He wants, he's only going to be a senior at Yankton. Favorite player and is Derek Jeter. Of course, he must be a Yankees fan then if he likes Derek Jeter.
Well, and he plays a little bit of shortstop, maybe like him. We see that in the first game. So.
And Brett, what's his drink before games?
Is he the white monster?
No, he's the Mountain Dew guy.
He's the Mountain Dew guy, okay.
Yeah, he's the Mountain Dew.
We had 2 drink people, and I messed it up.
I don't drink Mountain Dew, but maybe I need to start. Maybe he needs to get some, like, NIL money or something and with drinking a Mountain Dew before games, you suppose?
Yeah, I think that'd be right up his alley. I'm not a Mountain Dew guy either. So.
I'm not either, but, you know, if you put me back on a baseball field, it's been a long time since I've been on. It's probably been 15 years since I've played baseball, but
I'm just going to say this: you're not moving like he does.
All right, fair. Mountain Dew is not going to do that for me. Is that what you're saying? So. All right. The truth teller you are. Well, you know, and Renner obviously is 1-1 in this tournament as well. And what do we know about Brody Jacobson? I know Brett and I, you know, we have sons that play baseball as well, and Brody has played with and against our sons. So we've had a long time watching him play.
We have, and that, you know, the funny thing is that I remember him playing 13U baseball. And I remember him, and he was one of those kids that just warming up stuck out, and you go, that kid's a ball player. You just see it.
Yeah.
And here he is a few years later, shortstop for the Renner Legion team. So not a surprise.
Yeah, and he's younger, right, for this team, I think. And
he's, he'll be going into his junior year.
Yeah, so he's younger, and arguably for this team, you might be able to say he's the most complete player.
I would agree. Speed on the base paths, excellent hitter. He's a 3 hitter, and he's also got a good pitching record.
Yeah, he's fun to watch. He bats .376, or at least he has this year. Has 9 doubles, 1 home run, 26 RBIs, and then his pitching. I mean, he's 6-2 on the year, and has
2.3 ERA.
Yeah. Just you know, if you're pitching at you know, in American Legion level, I mean, they put in a lot of innings, and you're under a 3 really at any level. You're a pretty good pitcher.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, let's talk a little bit about Rylan Arbogast. Obviously, you know his dad quite well. You played college baseball with Ryan's dad, Aaron. I played a short stint of amateur baseball with his dad, Aaron, with in Madison, and for the Cars for Less Trojans and the Madison Cobras back in the day. They're no longer around, but I have my Cobras jersey at home.
Is it framed and on the wall?
It's not, but I can't even fit it into it anymore. I brought it out a couple years ago. I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely not moving like Beck Reichen.
Well, and the Arbogast name is pretty familiar with Renner baseball. Rylan's older brother, Reese Arbogast, outstanding pitcher, outstanding player for several years. Went to South Dakota State, was a very solid pitcher for them, and Rylan's kind of contributed to that tradition.
Yeah, I remember Reese too. Reese playing, actually I watched him pitch right here in the Watertown Stadium, and just a really good pitcher. And Rylan was on the mound last night for Renner. Didn't come up with the win, or did come up with the win last night.
No, he lost. They lost to Post 320 last night.
Oh yeah, they lost to 320, the Cinderella team of the tournament. That's right. Yes.
I believe Rylan Arbogast was on the mound last year's state tournament in the undefeated game against Watertown, and he beat Watertown down in Brookings last year.
Oh really?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Well, Rylan and the Arbogast family, obviously baseball families, and we're going to go to
Mack Landscaping and Lawn Irrigation was started in 1983 and has developed into the top landscape and lawn irrigation business in the area. And it's not hard to see why. Just take a look at some of the work they've done. No job is too big or too small. Give Shane Mack a call at 605-880-6001 for landscaping, or Wyatt Mack at
And while we wait for the grounds crew, in fact, one of our sponsors, Max Landscaping, who you've seen, being advertised, the phone call has been put in to bring them here to the Watertown Stadium, and so they can professionally repair the sod. And again, the Watertown Stadium is all of the playing surface for here in the stadium is grass. I think you're seeing a lot of the baseball fields across South Dakota. In fact, the country is going turf infields. We're seeing some turf outfields now even. But here in Watertown, it is all grass. I believe Pierre is still all grass. Is there any other state A?
Renner.
Renner is all grass as well?
I guess I'm not certain anymore after that. I mean, what's your thoughts? You a natural grass fan in the infield, or do you like seeing the turf and the true bounces?
I think I like the turf for the sense that it seems like when you have rain and water, you're easier to prep the field and get it ready again. So I kind of like that. The bunt, it takes away, I think, some of the play with a bunt on turf. That grass is a little, you might have some bumps there. You're going to have some ridges. Might get a different roll, so that makes the game maybe a little bit more exciting with the bunt, slows it down. So if you like small ball, maybe the grass is where to be.
Yeah, I agree, and I think I'm with you. I like the turf. It's, you got to have a good infield because the ball's coming through quicker.
Yeah.
So but also I think, like you said, the grounds crew, it's easier. It's just easier to keep in shape.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that Yeah, obviously Watertown right now is looking at what do they do with their baseball, and with their baseball dime, with their baseball field. This Watertown Stadium has always been baseball and football. Football now is moving towards the high school, and they have a beautiful complex there in Allen Mitchell Field, and that's all turf, nice grandstand. It's going to be fun for these kids to play in. And then there's a big discussion in Watertown. What do you do now with the Watertown Stadium? Do you put money into the Watertown Stadium? Do you make it all baseball? Because that's what it is right now. It's all baseball, but you're probably going to have to put some money into it. So yeah, I know that there's some people within the Watertown area that want to keep baseball in the Watertown Stadium, that are willing to, put some money forward. Is it enough to make the Watertown Stadium what is necessary to get it up to the standards? I don't know. But those conversations are happening. And so we'll see what happens with those conversations. The city of Watertown is involved. The Watertown Baseball Association is involved in those conversations. And the community, lots of opinions. People want this to stay. All right, we've got a Inside the Game with KXLG's Jeremy Herbold. He is with somebody here in the stands. So we're going to turn it over to Jeremy.
Inside the Game. We're going a little bit early here while we wait for the sign to be replaced here during the state tournament game for day number 3. Inside the Game, KXLG. We're talking with Angelica Youth, the Executive Director of Visit Watertown. Angelica, beautiful day out here.
Oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. What a great day for some baseball.
Absolutely. Great week for baseball here in Watertown. State A tournament here this week. Angelica, what does it mean for the city of Watertown?
Yeah, this is a really big deal. For Visit Watertown, we are welcoming people from all over the state, 8 different teams. They're staying in our hotels, eating in our restaurants, shopping in our shops, and they're just all over Watertown, just really a big economic impact driver for our community this week.
Absolutely. Sports plays a big thing, with communities, definitely here in Watertown. We're excited to have the tournament here. And when you look at it, Angelica, we have 2 teams here from Rapid City. We have Yankton. They're coming from all over, and they're spending the entire week with us.
They are, yeah. And it's been fun. Lindsay and I have been out and about this week at the hotels gearing up for Rally Rush as motorcyclists are making their way through the state, and the hotels are excited. They're full. They love this stuff. So we're so excited to be hosting. We're so excited that Ryan has put all this work into this and really just, rolled out the red carpet for them, and he put it all out there.
Absolutely. It's fun having the tournament here. It's been a long time, 38 years, I think, since we had the State A tournament. And I tell you, we've really rolled out the red carpet here in Watertown. We've heard a lot of nice comments from people from other communities coming in saying what a great job this tournament has done so far. And, there's a lot to do in Watertown. And that's what I've heard from people. Tell us about some of you've heard from some people. What are some things that people can do here while they're in our community for the state?
Yeah, for sure. And just, our office is downtown and working down there. We've seen a lot of traffic from the baseball tournament downtown. We have the Foundation Plaza down there with the splash pad. We've heard from some people that baseball players and fans have been out at the pool already. Legends is the new family fun center in town. A lot of great things that they can be out doing.
Yeah, I did hear one of the teams was coming in. It must have been Harrisburg, I think. They were just playing a little mini golf before.
Oh, awesome, yeah. Well, and we have such a great zoo and the Redland Art Center. A lot of free attractions, too, that people are checking out while they're here.
Absolutely. Well, Angelica, thanks for joining us here, and we do appreciate everybody coming to Watertown. If you haven't been to Watertown, why should you come here and visit?
Oh gosh, there's so much family-friendly things to do, and we're just a really hospitable place to be.
Absolutely. Well said. Thank you very much, Angelica. Have a great rest of the week, and we'll be back with more Inside the Games coming up. Next game, we have some more special treats coming up for you. We'll turn it back to the booth, broadcasting live for Post 17 TV, Arrow TV, and KXLG. I'm Jeremy Herbold.
And thanks for that Inside the Game by Jeremy Herbold and KXLG Radio, your live and local radio station here in Watertown, South Dakota. This has been a partnership, this production all weekend long here on Post 17 TV, between Post 17 TV, Arrow TV, and KXLG. If you're a sports fan, I encourage you to subscribe to Post 17 TV. You're going to see all the baseball that happens with Arrows. But if you go to Arrow TV and subscribe, you're going to see basketball, the volleyball. You'll see some Arrow Time segments, lots of great activities. You're going to see wrestling that happens, gymnastics. We try and tell the story of the athletes out of the Watertown area. So, hey, it looks like we're about ready to play here. It looks like they've got the sod all fixed up. Matthew Sheldon up to bat. And on first is Goki. Goki had that single to center. Remaining on the field is Paxton Sohn. So, Brett, that was a long time of really just kind of out there. Does this affect you as a pitcher?
You know, it can, but he was taking pictures once the break got into it a little bit due to the field, and came out with a strike on the first pitch. So hopefully
he's ready. He's got his rhythm. Paxton Sohn. Again, we talk about him. He's pitched 30 innings coming into this tournament. Oh, the crowd didn't like that call. 2 balls, 1 strike to Matthew Sheldon. Pitches in, and strike called. Evens the count at 2-2. Sohn has a 3.733 ERA, a strikeout pitcher, but does have a tendency to walk some batters. Breaking balls out to even the count or make it full. Count is full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the number 2 batter for Yankton. This game is all knotted up at 1 run apiece. Goki, not a big lead over at first. But he does steal. Swing is on, and that's going to drop for a single.
Good hit by Sheldon on that 3-2 pitch. Goki only able to make it to second, though.
You hear Renner talking about wanting to make an effort to catch that ball rather than let it drop in front of you. I don't know that he had an opportunity. That was...
I'm with you on that one. That was a tough play. You go for it and it gets by you, and it's a double or a triple and a run score. Or do you play it on the hop and keep them at first and second?
Yeah. With a person going to second, 1-1 ball game, I understand you want the catch, but here's a hit, and that goes between the first and second baseman. We're going to see Goki slips on the side on this side. So Goki slips on the side at the right side, now slips on the side here in the third baseline. But that is a single for Fieser. Goes right between the first and second baseman. And the bases are juiced for the catcher of Yankton, Gavin Johnson.
You know, you see on football games where they come out for a game and it's wet or something, and they change their cleats mid-game because they realize they don't have the right cleats. I think Goki might have to find a different pair here.
A different pair of cleats, yeah. Gavin Johnson, the catcher, a 302 average as we have a mound visit by Renner. Johnson does have a home run on the year and 8 doubles. Does get on base at a 439 clip. He was named a second-team All-State player in the high school season.
And we have seen a grand slam in this tournament.
Yes,
so
we have.
Not out of the question.
Sohn looks, delivers. Down for a ball. Sohn has 43 pitches, and this is in the top of the 3rd inning. It is a 1-1 ball game. There are no outs, and the bases are loaded. So Yankton threatening, trying to put up a crooked number here on Renner in this Elimination State Legion tournament game. That's in for a strike. Two balls, one strike to number 22 of Johnson. Gets past Donahoe. Donahoe tries to get back and throw it to Sohn, but Goki, quick on the base paths, scampers in for the second run for Yankton. A rare pass ball.
Yeah, we have not seen that happen very often today. The catchers have, or this week so far, so the catchers have done a great job. That one happened to get by Donahoe.
Jacobson picks that up, goes to first, holds all the runners. They did advance on that pass ball to third and second, but Jacobson gets the ground ball, holds the runners, and gets the out at first. So Johnson is down on a 6-3 putout. That'll bring up none other than Beck Reichen. So now in the windup. Reichen just missing that. Timing is right there. It looks like he's seeing the ball pretty well. Sheldon on third for Yankton, and Fieser on second. And that pitch is just outside. 1-1 count to Beck Reichen. Paxton Song at 49 pitches. Looks in, gets the sign, pitches in, swing, goes to Jacobson. Jacobson's going home and gets Sheldon. So good play. And that was contact was on. Immediately when the contact happened, Sheldon took off. There wasn't looking, there wasn't anything. So that was clearly a play call.
Yes, yep, that was Yankton's call. They wanted runners going on contact, and unfortunately in this case, ball hit right at the shortstop. Jacobson makes a good play, gets him out at home.
For the second out, Jacobson to Donahoe. 2 outs. That will keep Fieser moves to third on the throw, and Beck Reichen to first, but he does get an RBI. Two outs.
You know, in lower level baseball, even at the junior legion level, first and third, it's almost automatic. The runner on first base is going to try to steal second base and might get the runner in from third, but not so much at legion baseball. Like we said, pitchers do a better job holding runners on. Catchers do way better at throwing down and keeping the running game, you know, in check.
Yeah, it's not a given anymore. The catchers are very athletic, strong throw, good footwork. Again, that's the first pass ball I've seen in this Legion tournament that in games we've called. Pitches in, and that is going to hit Owen Wishon. That will juice the bases again. So far in this inning, Yankton has scored 1 run on 3 hits. Beck Reichen was up to bat, hit that, which did end up scoring Goki. However, in the rules or the book, he's not credited with an RBI, but did get up to bat when that run did score. That will bring up Tate Bestie. Tate Bestie is 1 for 1 on the day. Had a single line drive out to center field.
He drove in the first run of the ball game.
He does have an RBI. That's correct. 2-0 count. Looks in, pitches on its way. Strike is called. 2 balls, 1 strike. Bestie being patient. There are 2 outs. Sohn looking to get out of this inning. 2 strikes in a row. 2-2 is the count on Tate Bestie. Bags are full. Pitches in and low. So we have a full count, bases loaded, 2 out. The runners on base will be moving. There they go, pitches on its way. And that is a ball. That will walk in a run. That will score Easton Fieser. Brings the score to 3-1. And there will be a mound visit for Renner. Is this the second mound visit in this inning?
You know, I'm trying to remember because of the delay with the ground crew. I was just going to ask, how long do you keep Sohn in? We've had a lot of base runners this inning, and with that delay they had, you know, it's an elimination game. You can't get too many runs down.
All right, they are making a pitching change, and I wasn't, if there was the second charged mound visit, baseball rules does require a pitching change. So whether that was happened, he had 2 or not, he did make a pitching change. And we have Parker Scheit. Parker Scheit in for Renner. He has got good control. That's the scouting report on Parker. He's pitched 25.1 innings on the season. He's 2-3 for his record. He does have a 3.868 ERA and a WHIP of 1.224. 22 strikeouts on the year, only 9 walks, and that's where obviously you get that scouting report that he's going to be around the strike zone. Doesn't walk a lot of batters. So Yankton, if they can go up there, they're seeing him now. If they can see the ball, know it's going to be around the strike zone, be patient, and put the bat on the ball, they can continue this 2-out scoring.
And I also think that's probably why the Renner coach put Scheit in the game. He's around the plate, he throws strikes. They cannot afford to have a walk in this situation to just give him another run.
Yeah, you don't want to get it out of control. 3-1 right now with Yankton. They are the home team on the scoreboard.
Yankton is the visitor on the scoreboard.
Or yes, Yankton is a visitor on the scoreboard. Parker's favorite team is the Twins as he pitches his first pitch.
That's pretty commonplace with most of the fans in this area.
He was asked, what do you want to do after high school? His answer, make some money.
Smart kid.
Pitches up, popped up.
Looks like there's room.
Moffitt after it, he's underneath it, and he makes the catch. So Moffitt does make the catch for the third out. You're watching Post 17 TV.
Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Tony Arnold Construction. If you're looking for a general contractor for custom homes in and around the Watertown area or are in need of residential, commercial home, and commercial home remodeling, give Tony Arnold Construction a call at 605-880-8497 or email TonyArnoldConstruction@gmail.com. Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Tony Arnold Construction.
Baseball fans, stop into the Wheel Inn for some home-cooked food. Open 7 days a week, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner with the best staff in town. Plus, online ordering is available. Visit WatertownWheelIn.com to order your favorites. Come to the Wheel Inn before or after the game for your home-cooked favorites. Open daily, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Highway 20 in Watertown. Good luck to the Watertown Arrows in the State A Legion Tournament from the staff at the Wheel Inn.
And Renner makes the pitching change in the middle of that inning with Parker Sheet, and he does get them out of the inning. This will bring in Yankton in the third. And Frankie Infeld remains on the mound for Yankton.
Up to bat for Renner is Zach Sprinkle, our right fielder today for Renner.
This is his first time up to bat here today. Infeld has been efficient. The ninth batter on the base paths with a strong single into left field. It's the fourth hit for Renner. Renner started this game with 3 straight singles, and since that time, they have been held in check.
Top the order for Renner.
Jack Stuckel. He scored in the first inning. Did get a single. Play over to first. Sprinkle is back in time.
Renner coach giving traditional signs. Third base coach.
Yeah, that's something that we've talked about by all these different teams and how they are putting their calls in, their plays. Some, traditional, and that's what we're seeing by Renner here. Others, like Watertown, for example, they're all wearing wristbands, and they're given a number, I believe, or some sort of code. They look at their wristband, they know what to do, and here's the bunt. Good bunt right down the left field line. And very intelligently done by Goki. Goki sees it on the white foul line, waits for it to cross that line, and then touches it, because he had no chance if he were to pick it up right there. No. So smart decision by Yankton's Goki.
I'd like to ask the coaches that are using the numbers and the wristbands if they found less missed signs,
yeah,
or calls, with their players, if that's the thought process behind it or what exactly it is.
Infeld on the mound, looks over to first, throws the pitch up and in. Jack Stuckel remains at the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes, likely swinging away now. Pitches in, and he goes down on a wrong way K. One out for Renner. That sends up Rylan Arbogast. He is 1 for 1 on the day. Pitches in, runners going.
Foul ball.
And Sprinkle will make the slow trot back to first after the foul ball. Intveld is on his 32nd pitch here in the bottom of the third inning. Arbogast swings and foul ball to the right side of the field. So 0 balls, 2 strike, a pitcher's count. Runner goes, throw down, and he is going to be safe. Goes into center field, but after the slide, Sprinkle's not going to go to third, and that will be a stolen base for Sprinkle.
Looks like that ball almost slipped out of Johnson's hand. It didn't go much further past the pitcher's mound.
Might have given a couple of night crawlers a bruise. Sprinkle now in scoring position. Arbogast with a chance to get 1 run closer. Pitches in, swing, and
he went.
He went. So strike 3, 2 strikeouts in a row on the top 2 batters for Renner. Frankie Intveld is the pitcher. Intveld pitches that one. It's a single, goes out to left. That is going to score. Sprinkle from second. So Jacobson with the RBI single into center field will bring the score to 3-2.
You know, he really looked like he got out on his front foot there, but still was able to stick with it and still send a line drive into center field for the hit.
Yeah, that shows, you know, strong shoulders, strong arms. The 4-hitter Brogan Moffitt, and he is going to be hit by the pitch.
I couldn't tell where that hit him. I don't know if it got him up in the upper shoulder or if it got him in the head.
Yeah, I'm not sure either. But he will walk to first on the hit by pitch. That'll take Jacobson or move him to second. Brings Bjorkman to the plate for Renner. Bjorkman is 0 for 1 on the day. He popped up to the first baseman last time at bat. Renner threatening. 2 men on base. Pitches in. Swing and a miss. Good play and catch by Wishan to end the inning and the threat. 3-2. We're going to the 4th. You're watching Post 17 TV.
Will William Neal & Company would like to wish the Watertown Post 17 Legion baseball team good luck this season. Another great team for all your auditing, accounting, and tax preparation needs are the professionals at William Neal & Company, a full-service accounting firm serving the area for over 50 years. Offices located in Watertown and Clark. Give them a call today at 886-6028. That's 886-6028.
Do something to launch your future at Lake Area Tech. It's a living, working, thought-producing environment to help you level up in the workforce. Combined with hands-on training and real-world experience, you'll be ready to find a high-paying career you'll love right out of school, the way 99% of our graduates do. It's the best return on your college investment, the quickest path to your future success. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
Glacier Lakes Power Sports and Golf is your indoor golf destination in Watertown, South Dakota. We have 4 golf simulators available to rent 7 days a week. Call us at 605-954-4080 to reserve your time, or visit our website at glpowersports.com.
And welcome back to Post 17 TV. I am Cam Corey, joined in the booth here this afternoon by Brett Scott. It is a beautiful sunny afternoon. Sun is shining. Look, you could say partly cloudy, but Canada's kind of ruined our sunshine here today.
We have a little hazy smoke in the air. I think that was, when I looked at the forecast, they planned on this today.
They did. Today and tomorrow, I believe. Canada's having another campfire. So the grounds crew comes out for the Watertown Stadium, clean some things up.
They've had their work cut out for them this week. They've had a lot of time spent at the ballpark.
They really have.
They've had 4 games a day and then 3 today.
Those of you that are just tuning in, watching some baseball, the highest level of baseball in South Dakota for American Legion here at the state championship. Renner is just a real small town on the north side of Sioux Falls. Renner comprised mostly of students and athletes that go to O'Gorman High School.
Kind of a historic ballpark in Renner as well.
Yeah, it is. It's been around a long time. I like playing there. Used to like playing there, and again when I played amateurs, and that was fun.
It's a good atmosphere there. It's
my understanding is that ballpark has been there since like the 1920s in that same area. So we're talking over 100 years with that ballpark there. And of course, if you have more concrete information, you're from Renner, let us know. Give us a tweet out at Post 17 TV. Let us know.
Now there are tamping around third base where Goki had slipped as well.
Yeah, Goki's been destructive on the turf. But no, we can't call it turf. We can call it sod, right? We can't say turf. We have to say sod. So they'll work on this a little bit. We talk about Yankton. Those of you that don't know or weren't listening yesterday, we talked about how Yankton was the Dakota's first capital city. And before it went to Pierre, and of course, you know the history. You had the battle between Huron and Pierre for the capital, and Huron ended up getting the state fair, and Pierre got the capital.
That's a tough choice there.
Well, you know, history is interesting how that works out. You know, if you look at how the interstate was formed, and you know, the interstate going north out of Sioux Falls, and instead of going to Madison when, well, I think it was Senator Carl Munt was in, and he wanted to bring the interstate to Madison, but at that time there was a group of people that didn't want it, and so the interstate went to Brookings. Obviously that benefits Brookings here today, Brookings, South Dakota State University. The Jackrabbits there in Brookings. The history is always kind of interesting.
It is, and
how things work out.
Carl Munt was from Madison, of course.
He was, yes. Yes, he was. And up to bat for Yankton. It's going to be the right fielder, Evan Sirk. Evan Sirk is 0 for 1 on the day. Pitches in, and it is a ball. On the mound remains Parker Sheet. And he'll even the count at 1 ball, 1 strike. Parker with the pitch, and that is high. Another ball, 3 balls, 1 strike. Pitch is on its way. And they are calling that a ball. They're going to walk Evan Sirk. That'll put the leadoff batter in the 4th inning on base. Sam Goki up for Yankton. He is the leadoff batter. He is 1 for 2 here today. He has scored a run for Yankton.
You know, I've talked about Sirk, you know, with his on-base percentage and stuff, and I almost, he's the 9 hitter, but I almost look at him as the 2nd leadoff hitter for Yankton with that on base, and he's the kid that they want turning the lineup over, getting to the top part of their order.
Hits up, long, deep fly balls it over his head, and no, it is tracked down by Stukel. And I think Sirk thought that was going to go over his head. He was nearly at second base. Evan Sirk is a speedy base runner as well. He's got 16 stolen bases on the year. But Stukel right there, he tracked that one down, ran and got it. That was a good hit by Goki. And that will be the first out for Yankton. That'll bring up Matthew Sheldon. That pitch is up high for a ball. Pitch is in. Ball 2 to Matthew Sheldon. Sheldon was hit by a pitch his first time up, and he's 1 for 1 on the day. Parker Scheit at the pitcher's mound. Pitch is in. It's up, and this run is on, and he is in. So Evan Sirk gets the stolen base. And we knew that he was a threat on the base paths. 3 balls, 0 strikes to Matthew Sheldon. Scheit with the pitch. That is going to be ball 4.
Sheldon with good patience there. He looks to be, you know, we've seen him. He's a big, strong hitter and looks to be the type that wants to drive in runs, but did a good job being patient and drawing that walk.
Easton Fieser now up to bat. He is 1 for 2 on the day. He singled into right field, a hard ground ball right between the first and second baseman. Takes a big cut there and goes down 0-1 in the count. Scheit in the stretch. with Cirque on base. A single likely scores him. Fieser wanted it, but he did hold back. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Yeah, I think the Renner outfield's going to have a hard time throwing Cirque out at the plate.
Yep. Pitches in for a strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Easton Fieser. Scheidt regroups, takes a breath, looks at Cirque, gets ready, pitches in, high fly ball, left field. Lechtenberg is there for the out. That'll hold the runners as well.
That makes 2 outs for Yankton. Coming to plate is our catcher, Gavin Johnson.
Gavin Johnson is 0 for 2 on the day. A hard ground ball to the shortstop, Jacobson. Jacobson threw him out last time out. Scheidt steps off. Cirque wants to keep Cirque close. Cirque is a threat on any base path he's on. Pitch and delivery, and that's down. Donahoe with a good stop. Scheidt with the delivery. It's a dribbler. Moffitt goes and gets it, makes a throw to first, and pulls the first baseman off, but that's exactly what we talk about. Cirque runs right in on that throw, the speedy Cirque. Arbogast slow to get up over on the other side.
Yeah, Cirque just kept running on that play, and throw was just off just barely and got away not even very much from Arbogast, but with Cirque's speed, he was able to score easily at home.
And it was heads up play, Cirque speed, there's 2 outs, so good base running and IQ on the base paths there by Cirque. You see Arbogast is down, and they're going to talk about this, but
was
the
there
umpires
a collision a little bit at first? I didn't see that.
Well, I think the question is, did he pull his foot, or did he have his foot on there? I think that's what they're getting together. That's what they're talking about right now. And they got together, they talked about it, and they're calling safe. So the throw over by Moffitt pulled Arbogast off the bag, so he is safe. That'll bring up Beck Reichen. And that'd be an error on Moffitt.
Sheldon was also able to advance to third on that throw to home.
So that was up, that was good at thinking on Sheldon as well. Beck Reichen up to bat. Scheidt now, 2 balls, 0 strikes on Beck Reichen. Scheidt with the pitch, Reichen. High bouncer, and that time Moffitt gets the throw over to Arbogast for the 3rd out. We are ready for an Inside the Game by KXLG's Jeremy Herbold in just a moment.
All right, here we are, ladies
ladies and gentlemen. This is KXLG Inside the Game, and we're really inside the game. We're inside the production booth right now, and this is a pretty crazy setup. You can see all the different monitors, all the different buttons to hit. This is this great broadcast that you're watching right now. We're technically taking you inside the production booth. Let's interview some of these guys here. What's your name and what do you do?
My name is Conrad Pitkin, and I'm doing the scorebook and the stats for this game.
How long have you been doing this?
About a year or so now.
Fun with it?
Yes, it's very fun.
All right, let's go to Hugh. What's your name and what do you do?
So I'm Carter Emmers. I'm what's called the technical director. I kind of yell at all these camera people and make sure that they're pointing their cameras at what they're supposed to be pointed at. And then I tell them like who's live on the feed there. So
how'd you learn to do this?
Kind of just learned it. Needed someone to do it for basketball and football, and kind of me and him over here, we've kind of been tag teaming it ever since.
Let's talk to him. What's your name and what do you do?
I'm Parker Remmers. I'm his twin brother. For these games, I've been doing the replay machine, where we do instant replay. We have 4 angles that we can use, and if we have a close call and you want to see it on the broadcast, that's me usually doing that.
Just watching me do that. It's pretty amazing. This takes a lot of effort and stuff, and of course Ryan, the brainchild behind this all, Ryan Remmers. We're going to talk with him coming up later tonight in one of our Inside the Games. Post 17 TV, Arrow TV. You guys love what you do?
Oh yeah, I have a ton of fun doing this. It ends up being a long day at the end of the day. We have 4 games. I think it's like 12 to 14 hours a day or something so far. This day's not as bad, but yeah, we have a blast doing this.
This is air conditioned, huh?
Oh yeah, that helps out a lot.
All right, well, we appreciate it. Thank you guys very much. All right, we're going to send it back to more of the game. This is KXLG Inside the Game. We'll be back with more. I'm Jeremy Herbold.
Well done, KXLG's Jeremy Herbold, and visiting with the Arrow TV staff in what's going on inside the game. They are in the booth. They do have some air conditioning up there, which we don't have outside. So, you know, they've got that air. They're nice and cool. We're under a tent, though.
We are under a tent. It has warmed up a little, though, as the afternoon's moved along.
Zach Barr up to bat for Renner. Renner down 4-2 now in the bottom of the 4th. Intveld remains on the pitcher's mound. Intveld at 40 pitches, so he has been very efficient here in this game as well. Thought it was
a ball was dropping his bat down, and the ball actually hit his bat for a foul ball.
That is an unfortunate strike. Yeah.
You see it sometimes.
They say drop your bat, right?
And they do. You see it when they're ducking out of the way sometimes, but that one was even different.
Yeah, that even accounted 2-2. Swings, dribbler, foul ball. Intveld, right-hander swings, defensive swing by Zach Barr, and he's able to fight that one off. The count remains 2-2. Zach Barr did strike out last time up to bat.
He's definitely had a couple defensive swings, but he's hanging in there.
He's got a 405 on base percentage, hits at 270. Yeah, he is what they've said in the past, you know, his scouting report is he's kind of a clutch RBI guy. Now, nobody on base for him to get an RBI here unless he wants to hit it over the fence. That was a good swing just underneath that, fouled her straight back to the fence. 2-2, so good battle going on here between Intveld and Barr. We're in the bottom of the 4th. Yankton up 4-2. Three balls, 2 strikes.
He kind of had me confused there. It looked like he was going to take off for first, like he walked, but it was only ball 3.
And then you have Yankton, who believes that was a strike. There's the pitch, and it's inside. Now he'll walk. Crowd's been fairly quiet this game, but they are the energy is rising here now, which is fun to see. I mean, you're in an elimination game. There's 2.5 innings left. It's time to put some runs on the board, extend your season. The bunt is on. Good bunt. Goes to third base. Third baseman goes and gets it. Good scoop out by Fieser at first base. So Goki goes after that one, picks it up, and makes a really, really close play over there. But that was saved by Fieser. Nice job by the first baseman. One down for Renner on the sac bunt.
So what's your thoughts on that? Down 2 runs. Do you like the sac bunt in that situation, or?
I actually do like that in this situation, because you have another, you have 7 or 8 outs to 7 outs to go, and you need to get 2 runs. So you don't need to get both of them in the same inning. Play defense, get 1 at a time. You've got time, so I actually like that. Let's manufacture that run. I assume you're not in favor of that.
No, actually, I agree with you on that one. Especially too, we're towards the bottom of their order. We're not with the typical part of the order where guys are driving in more runs and maybe your higher average hitters. So I don't have a problem with it here, and I agree. You have how many more outs in the ball game, and a couple chances to get those runs in.
Bats out, line drive. That is going to bring Barr around. Barr's going to be in to score. So an RBI single by Sam Donahoe. Donahoe is the catcher, and he gets his team 4-3, which the bunt set that one up. Yeah, it worked. Good strategy. Good piece of hitting by Donahoe, the 8th batter in the lineup. This will bring up Zach Sprinkle. Sprinkle is 1 for 1 on the day. And he puts the bat on the ball. It goes to the shortstop of Riken. Riken
got him.
Transitions over to Wishon, and Wishon with a big arm throw over to second to get the double play and get them out of this inning. Here we go. We can see this replay. Good play by Riken. Wishon is standing right there and makes a strong throw. You're watching Post 17 TV. Stay with us.
The best way to get the most out of college is to do the most while you're in it. At Lake Area Tech, you'll learn in living, working environments with hands-on training and real-world experience to prepare for a high-paying career you love right out of school. From the moment you step on campus until you're one of our graduate success stories, when you start something here, you'll get an education you can really put to work and the best return on your investment. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
At Active Heating, you could say we specialize in comfort. Heating and air conditioning, plumbing, air and water quality. Active Heating is ready. Too hot or too cold? Our certified comfort experts for Coleman Heating and Cooling Equipment can help. Don't let a leak drain your bank account. Our plumbers can handle it. Improve your air and water quality with an air purifier and reverse osmosis system from Active Heating, your local Coleman dealer. Active Heating of Watertown and Brookings, your comfort experts.
Looking for a way to show your school spirit and support the Watertown School District? With the Aero Spirit card from American Bank and Trust, you can do both. Every time you use your Aero Spirit debit card, a portion of your purchase goes right back to the school, helping fund important programs and activities. It's a win for you and a big win for our students. Visit your local American Bank and Trust at 1715 First Avenue Northeast today to sign up and make a difference with every swipe. American Bank and Trust.
And welcome back to Post 17 TV. Cam Corey along with Brett Scott for this afternoon elimination game between the Yankton Bucks and the Renner Royals. First pitch is in, and that's up for a ball.
Parker Scheidt still on the mound for Renner.
Owen Wishon, who made the strong throw from second to first to get that double play, is up to bat. Owen Wishon was hit by a pitch last time up, and he's also had a sack bunt on the day, so he is 0 for 0 in the book. Looking at a 3-0 count. Swing and a miss. All right, they corrected the count to 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitch is on its way by Scheidt. Pops up. Arbogast over there. Does he have room on the fence and makes the catch? Rylan Arbogast making the catch right next to the fence. 1 out. That'll bring up Tate Bestie for Yankton, today's center fielder.
Bestie's been on base both times. I hit a single in the second inning and walked in the third inning. I believe he walked with the bases loaded to bring in a run.
He did. That would have been an RBI. That is a scored RBI. Pop up, going to center field. And Stukel makes the catch in center. And that'll be the second out. Trey Sager. Fly ball, center field. Stukel's underneath it. Can of corn, they call it. 3 up, 3 down for the Renner Royals. You're watching Post 17 TV. We'll be right back.
In town for the game or just passing through? Well, swing by Country Road Barn, home of the area's best smoked meats, brisket, ribs, pulled pork, all slow smoked to perfection and served with that small town charm. They're open Wednesday through Friday, 5 until 9 p.m., so plan your visit and bring your appetite. It's a true taste of small town South Dakota and worth every mile. The Country Road Barn, just minutes from Watertown and a home run for your hunger. Stay connected with them on their Facebook page or website.
As one of the nation's strongest financial organizations, First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card have the strength to do good. We support nearly 700 organizations and nonprofits. Our employees give more than 30,000 volunteer hours annually. And we are continually seeking ways to make South Dakota an even better place to live. It's the Premier way. First Premier Bank and Premier Bank Card.
Glacier Lakes Power Sports and Golf is your indoor...
Changes defensively for Yankton. Now pitching for Yankton is Boston Frick. Boston Frick. He's pitched 33.1 innings this year as a 3.15 ERA. He has 5 wins, 1 loss, 22 strikeouts, and has walked 15 on the year. And then in left field, we have Easton Nelson now playing. Pop up, Frick goes and gets it right in front of home plate. And one pitch, one out for Boston Frick.
Brings up Rylan Arbogast, the first baseman for Renner. We saw Frick pitch on Tuesday against Harrisburg. He came in relief.
Yes, he did. Frick 1-1 count on Rylan Arbogast, the left-hander. The left-hander is 1 for 2 on the day. He has a single and 1 strikeout. Pitches in and ball 2. Another close game for Yankton. Yankton last night went into the 9th inning and won it on a walk-off single by Beck Reichen over Pier post 8. Here this evening we are in the 5th inning. Yankton clinging to a 4-3 lead. But in the last 2 innings we have felt the energy of that Renner team. Wishon to Sheldon for the out. Or is that Fieser playing over there? That's Fieser at first base.
Yep, Fieser's first baseman. Wishon's our second baseman for Yankton. He's been very solid defensively for Yankton in this tournament. Wishon has. Good hitter at the plate here for Renner. Brody Jacobson is 2 for 2. And lines out to right field.
That's called the broadcaster jinx right there. Sarek gets the catch and the out. You're watching Post 17 at TV.
Glacier Lakes Power Sports and Golf is your indoor golf destination in Watertown, South Dakota. We have 4 golf simulators available to rent 7 days a week. Call us at 605-954-4080 to reserve your time, or visit our website at glpowersports.com.
Infinity Fun is the place to be. They got trampolines, they got bowling, they got mini golf, they got games, they got food that's insanely good. Infinity Fun, they got trampolines, they got bowling, they got mini golf, they got games, they got food that's insanely good. Infinity Fun.
Open 7 days a week in Watertown.
Your starting lineup for KXLG Radio. Leading off at the front desk, Lori Kane. On the air, your power hitters: Jeremy Herbold, Ben Dilla, Jan Robson, Tim Williams, Gary Weckworth, Robin Givens, Doreen Foster, and Jaden Thomas. If it's news, Steve Jurens hits it out of the park. In sales, your closers: Andy Turback, Ben Dilla, Nicole Kraus, and Brody Reese. And skipper, Melissa Herbold. KXLG, your locally owned community radio station, still undefeated.
And welcome back to the Watertown Stadium. I want to give a shout out to Dakota Sign and Graphics, who has donated our video board. As you can see here today, that is available, and big viewing board for all of the spectators in the stands. They can see the replays, they can see the game just as you're seeing them here at home. So we want to thank Dakota Sign and Graphics for their support of Post 17 baseball, the Watertown community, and the State American Legion tournament. Up to bat for Yankton is
Sirk,
Evan
the right
Sirk.
fielder.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
We still have Parker Scheidt on the mound for Renner. Scheidt made quick work last inning. 3 up and 3 down, so let's see how he does this inning.
Scheidt and his 30th pitch. Swing and a miss by Sirk. We can close the books on Paxton Sohn. He pitched 2 2/3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 were earned, 2 walks, and 1 strikeout. Scheidt pitches that in, and it is high. Count is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swing and fouled back. Scheidt gets his sign. Pitches into Cirque. Cirque swings, going to right field, center field, and that is caught just a couple steps by Stukel, and Stukel is able to put that one away. So Cirque goes down on a fly ball to center field. That'll bring up the leadoff batter of Sam Goki. Goki 1 for 3 today. Has scored a run. He's hit a fly ball to center field and a gapper to left center. 1 ball, 1 strike by Scheidt. We talked about Scheidt and the scouting report of being right around the plate, and he's done that ever since he's come in and pitched in this game. He's pitching at 2 1/3.
He is. He's been very effective. He came in a tough situation. I believe the bases are loaded. He got out of it, I think, on just a couple pitches. And he's kind of shut Yankton down the last 2 innings.
Yeah, he's only given up 1 hit since he's been in. Goki is the leadoff batter. Well, he's trying to change that. Swing and a miss.
Good pitch by Scheidt.
Goki goes down on strikes for the second out of the top of the 6th. Matthew Sheldon wears number 18. Up to bat with 2 outs. Swing popped up, and that's going to be out of bounds. Delivers down and low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Top of the 6th, Yankton clinging to that 1-run lead, 4-3. Renner looking to get out of this inning and get back in the batter's box. That pitch is inside. Ball 2. Sheldon could afford to just be patient right now. You know that Scheidt's going to be around the plate. Wait for him to give your pitch. That looked like a good pitch. He's ahead of it. Fouls that off.
And we saw some of that patience with Sheldon's last at bat. He worked a 3-2 count and took a walk.
Not really your prototypical number 2 batter. Pitches in, down for a ball.
No, it looks like he has a little thump in the order there with him.
Yankton came into the State American Legion baseball tournament as the number 2 seed, trying to advance in this tournament. Pitch is on its way. Sheldon went down and got that one. High fly ball to Stukel out in center field. He puts it away. A 1-2-3 inning for Renner. You're watching Post 17 TV.
Looking for family fun all in one place? The Come Out's Legends. Tee off on their mini golf course. Race your crew in go-karts and strike up some laughs with mini bowling. Kids love the arcade, and parents, they've got you covered with cold beer and amazing food. And don't forget the cherry on top, SDSU ice cream. It's all happening at Legends, where fun meets flavor. Highway 212, Watertown. Mack Landscaping and Lawn Irrigation was started in 1983 and has developed into the top landscape and lawn irrigation business in the area. And it's not hard to see why. Just take a look at some of the work they've done. No job is too big or too small. Give Shane Mack a call at 605-880-6001 for landscaping, or Wyatt Mack at 605-880-0300 for lawn irrigation or lighting.
They say there's no guarantees in life. But who's they? And do they have Midco internet? Now there's a guarantee. So let's go. Let's go reliable. Let's go resilient. Let's go beyond.
All right, we're back at the Watertown Stadium. We've got a good ball game here in this elimination game between Yankton post 12 and Renner post 307. Pitch is in, and Frick remains on the mound. This will bring up Brogan Moffitt. Brogan Moffitt was hit by a pitch last time up, and he is 0 for 1. He did hit one to the third baseman and was thrown out. Swing and a miss.
A little out in front of that breaking pitch.
Ooh, gets him right off the head. Beanball, that will put Moffitt, the lead runner, on base. Not what Frick wanted to do.
Looks like we have a pinch hitter here, Madden McQuaid. Gonna bat for Bjorkman.
McQuaid wears number 13. Swings, drives that one to center field. Tate Bestie's underneath. You can hear him calling ball, ball. He wanted that one. He tracks it down and gets the out. So McQuaid puts a good bat on the ball, but that's just a long out. Moffitt remains on first base. 4-3. Swing, base hit. And that will move Moffitt up to second on the single. It was Zach Barr with the single.
And that brings up Owen Lechtenberg, the left fielder for Renner.
Quick mound visit by the catcher. Just settle things down right now. Good decision by Johnson. Johnson goes out and talks to Frick and just says, hey, we're good. You throw some strikes. There's one out. Yankton has turned a double play up the middle. Pitches in, and we call that a ball. The Yankton crowd doesn't like it.
No, they definitely wanted that pitch for a strike.
Lechtenberg, the left fielder. Frick with the pitch. Swing and fouled back. Brogan Moffitt on second Zach Barr on first. Right now, Renner just trying to scratch one across to tie this ball game up. Lichtenberg just about gets that to go over the bag, but it is wide left, they say. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Owen Lichtenberg. Lichtenberg now needs to protect. Trying to drive in Moffitt. Moffitt's on second base. Swing and foul ball. Frick's got his sign. Now the pitch.
Yankton wanted that one too. They're not going to get that strike.
Ball. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Delivery. Another pitch that the Yankton crowd was hoping to get a strike. Count is full.
Oh, coach is going to take a mound visit here for Yankton.
Settle him down. So as a coach, you've got a full count with 1 out, 2 men on base. What are you talking to your players about right now, Brett?
I think you're just going over the situation. You're reassuring your pitcher. You know, he didn't get a couple calls that he was probably looking to get. Calm him down, and then just go over the situation with the infielders. This is where we're going with it. This is the play. Whether they're playing, you know, in on the corners or, you know, just the whole situation that there's only 1 out here.
So do you put, we saw kind of a gimmick play yesterday by Yankton when they had their 2 players running in from, I think it was the second baseman and shortstop running in. Center fielder came into second. Do you see, you know, you don't know what Yankton's going to do. They're a thrifty team. Swing. Up the middle for a single. Moffitt's going to round 30. He slips in the turf and throw to third. And he is underneath the tag. You could see Yankton's bench right there. They want the call. They want the out. And the umpire is going to have conversations with the Yankton team, warn them about getting into the dugout.
It did look like from our vantage that he was on.
Well, here we have the replay. And we can see, and he is safe. So good call by the umpires. You know, the umpires of this game, and yeah, I have been with the South Dakota Umpires Association for 29 years. I've umpired a lot of games, and I was saying yesterday how these umpires, with our camera crew and the instant replay we have, they're getting it right.
They are. I disagree with you because you're an ump, but
doesn't everybody, right?
Yeah, exactly. I do disagree. No, they have done a good job, and you know, like you said, you see the replay here, and he was clearly safe.
Yeah.
Great call.
I don't know, and maybe, you know, during our games, and I've tried watching, you know, the other games either in person or online as well, but I'm not sure, and I reluctantly say this, but I don't know that one of the close plays that we've seen on instant replay that one of the umpires have gotten wrong in this tournament. So, you know, that is what we talk about, and that's why they're chosen for these games, is these are the best umpires in the state. You have to be selected to umpire the State American Legion team or championship games. And, you know, now and today and with the replay and the cameras, it's hard to be an umpire. And we've got the video board right up here, and they're seeing every play. If they get it wrong, I guarantee the crowd's going to let them have it.
That's just it. It makes the ump's job even harder than it usually is. back even 5 years ago when we didn't have this type of stuff here.
Yeah, you could have a blown call and nobody would really have the evidence to say you blew it.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
Yeah, so kudos to the umpiring crew here this weekend so far. And they're doing a lot of games. They get tired too, but so far, well done, gentlemen.
We do have a pitching change. Bestie is coming in to pitch for Yankton. Cert goes to center from right field. Feeser goes to right field from first, and Sheldon comes in to play first base.
So lots of changes for Yankton, both defensive and pitching. Bestie with the pitch. It's a ball. You can see Bestie looking in at the umpire right there, wanting that call.
Yeah, he definitely wanted that strike on that breaking pitch.
So Bestie starts off with a 1-0. Pitches up. Breaking ball of some sort. Did not break into the strike zone. 2 balls, 0 strikes. The bases are juiced. There's 1 out. Yankton up by 1. Bestie with the swing, and that's going to be thought it was going to be just a bleeder into left field, but it does go foul. 2 balls, 1 strike. Tate Bestie, this is, he got the win last night on the mound in that 9-inning game against Pierre. Foul ball, or no foul ball.
That was strike 3.
And you can see there is the coach for Yankton is coming out. And so this is what they're talking about here. Count was 2 balls, 1 strike. Are they saying that was a pass ball? They're having the discussion. Home plate umpire. He's going to go out and talk to the other umpires. Yeah, the only thing that I can think of here is that they're saying he offered at it but missed it, because it looked like he offered the bunt, missed it, and missed his bat, missed the catcher, which allowed the runners to advance.
And I think Yankton is asking if he fouled it off. But they're going to say he did not.
Yeah, do we have the replay of this? That would be interesting to see. See if I gave the jinx to the umpires. Here we go. Let's see if we got here. Not very conclusive. The call is going to stand.
So Donahue's still up with the 2-2 count with 1 out.
So 2-2 count to Donahue, but this run did score on the pass ball, then, is what that will be called. And I'm a catcher, and I don't like calling pass balls, but that you can't say that was a wild pitch. Deep fly ball to center field or right field.
Not very
Feaser's
deep.
there, makes the catch, and good, solid throw into Sheldon, who is the cutoff man.
Yeah, Feeser came up throwing, had a solid, strong throw into the cutoff man, Sheldon. It gives us 2 outs with the number 9 hitter, Sprinkle, up to bat.
Sprinkle is 1 for 2 on the day with a stolen base. He has hit into a ground or a double play, pops up there. Sprinkle, a .211 average on the year, gets on base at a .300 clip. Does have 10 RBIs on the year. Pitches in by Bestie, and that is outside. 2 balls, 1 strike. This game is all knotted up at 4 runs apiece. Swing, Bestie picks that up, goes to Sheldon, and they will get out of this inning, but not before they gave up a run. This game is all tied up at 4. You're watching Post 17 TV.
Midwest Foam and Coatings LLC is a family-owned and operated full-service insulation company specializing in spray foam application and energy efficiency. They offer all types of insulation like spray foam, blown-in cellulose, blown-in fiberglass, and fiberglass bats. Midwest Foam and Coatings also does insulation removal along with specialty coating that can restore rubber and metal roof systems. Visit their website for more information at mwfoam.com. Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Midwest Foam and Coatings.
Between working on our farm and being a surgical nurse here at Prairie Lakes for 43 years, my shoulders have been through a lot. I needed a different kind of surgery. It's called a reverse total shoulder replacement. Different shoulders are different. With surgeons like Dr. Johnston here in Watertown, I didn't need a different city, just a different plan.
Prairie Lakes Healthcare System. Your health, our mission.
In the heart of South Dakota, where community and traditions thrive, ReliaBank has been a trusted presence for over a century. From our humble beginnings in 1920, we've grown alongside our communities, committed to financial success and community betterment. At ReliaBank, hometown customer service isn't just a promise, it's our legacy. Your success is our success, so let's keep growing together. Today, tomorrow, and for the next 100 years. Experience banking where hometown values still matter.
And welcome back to Post 17 TV. Easton Feeser up to bat for Yankton. On the mound, Scheit remains. And down the middle for a strike. This game is knotted up at 4-4. We are in the 7th inning. Top of 7. We only play 7 innings in American Legion Baseball.
Scheit gets ahead 0-2 on Feeser.
Scheit has pitched 47 pitches in this ball game. He's gone 3 1/3 innings so far. Pitches in, swing and a miss.
Looks like they called it a foul ball. So Feeser's still up to bat.
Swing, popped up, one in left field. Lechtenberg makes the catch for the first out in the top of the 7th. Brings up Gavin Johnson, the cleanup hitter for Yankton. He is 0 for 3 on the day, but did reach on an error. Big swing going to right field. Sprinkle is there and makes the catch, tracks that one down.
2 down brings up last night's hero, Beck Reichen.
Beck Reichen, 0 for 2 on the day, has scored a run in the 2nd inning. He walked, and then in the 3rd inning, he's up again and hit into a fielder's choice. Scheit looks in with the pitch. Nice pitch for a strike.
That's well hit.
Beck Reichen with the big swing. Long run. It's a gapper. Beck Reichen's going to have a stand-up double. Nice hit right in between Lechtenberg and Stuckel for a stand-up double. That'll put him in scoring position, bringing up the second baseman for Yankton, Owen Wishon. Owen Wishon is 0 for 1 on the day. He had a sac bunt in the second inning, and then he was hit by pitch in the third inning, and he popped up to the first baseman in the fifth inning. Wishon looking for his first hit in the ball game. If I had Golden Gloves to give, Wishon would be in definitely in the running for that.
Yeah, I would agree. Like I said earlier, his play at second base has been excellent. And in this situation with Reichen on second base with 2 outs, a hit's probably going to score him.
Yeah. Beck Reichen, he's speedy.
Yep, he'll get a good jump hopefully with 2 outs.
Scheidt looking at Reichen, now delivers the pitch in for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Owen Wishon. Scheidt delivers, that's high. Three balls, 1 strike to Owen Wishon. Swing and a miss. Counts full. Battle between Scheidt and Wishon. Delivered. And strike 3 is called. Wishon doesn't like that. Throws his helmet. Tough pressure situation. That certainly did look like a really close pitch. We'll be back for the bottom of the 7th.
And stop into Roy's Sports Shop for the newest and latest apparel, footwear, and equipment for your sports. Whether it's a new bat from Marucci, a glove from Rawlings, a new pair of shoes from Under Armour or Adidas, or a pair of Oakley sunglasses, Roy's Sports Shop has what you need. Check out their online spirit store for apparel from your favorite team or school. Let them know if you'd like to start a new online store for your team or organization. Roy's Sports Shop is a local business that has served our area for the past 50 years. Roy's Sports Shop, East Highway 212, Watertown.
Whether you're cheering on your team from across the state or across the country, just know right here in Watertown, Sharp Automotive is driving hometown pride forward. From new Chevys and GMCs to trusted service and parts, Sharp Automotive is proud to support South Dakota Legion Baseball in the next generation of hometown heroes. Shop online anytime at sharpgm.com. We'll be here when you're ready. Sharp Automotive, driven to serve and proud to support all baseball fans.
And welcome back to Post 17 TV for the bottom of the 7th inning. This ball game is knotted up at 4 runs apiece. Bestie on the mound for Yankton, pitching to the leadoff batter of Jack Stukel. Stukel is down 0-2 right now. Bestie pitches, Stukel swings. And Stukel goes down swinging on strikes for the first out of the 7th. Brings up Rylan Arbogast. Renner looking to push 1 run across to extend their season. You look at Bestie. Bestie's got kind of a hitch in his delivery.
He does. He kind of has a herky-jerky delivery. He looks like he throws a lot of off-speed or breaking ball pitches, but his command has been good.
Yeah, he's got under a 1 ERA. And that is in for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Rylan Arbogast, the number 2 batter in the Renner Royals lineup. Arbogast is 1 for 3 on the day. Looking at a 3-ball, 1 strike count. Bestie looks in, delivery, swing. And that's going to be right inside the foul line. Bobbled out and right.
He's going to third.
Gonna see a triple. So Arbogast likely going to be credited with a double and then an error out in right field. Fieser's out there. You know, we can't see it from here, but could he have let that roll and go beyond the orange pylons? Then you would have had a ground rule double. And I wonder if that's what they're talking about right now, is where was that ball? If that ball was just extending on that white line, there's a white line out there with those orange pylons. If that ball was on that line, it's a ground rule double.
I agree. I think that's what they're talking about here. But you know, when Fieser's running out there, it's a tough call for him to make.
But if you're the player, your kid should be coached up that, hey, if it's there, hands go up in the air, and you're saying, hey, it's up, and then you let the ball rest, and the umpires can come out and take a look at it.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, in that case, Arbogast was able to make it to third and almost score because of the overthrow at third base. But good backup on the left fielder who was hustling in.
So Rylan Arbogast will be credited with a double on a nice line shot right inside the foul line, rolls all the way down in the right-hand corner, and then he will make it to third on the E9. So right now, mound visit. Yankton's coming out. They're going to talk about the situation. Arbogast cannot score for Yankton. If he scores, game over. We play 7 innings in American Legion baseball. They changed that a number of years ago. We talked about that on different broadcast, Brett, that when you and I played, we played 9 innings in American Legion baseball in the state tournament. Now they play 7 innings. And so Arbogast will be on third base. There is 1 out, and that will bring up Jacobson. Jacobson, we talked about maybe the,
probably the most dangerous hitter, I would say, the Renner lineup. They're going to walk him here, which...
That's a good move to walk Jacobson. I would agree with that. He's your best player and your star of your team, and get him on base. Now you have Brogan Moffitt, and you could walk Moffitt too if you felt like you wanted to face McQuaid. McQuaid has come in as a pinch hitter in that 5 spot for Bjorkman.
And it looks like Yankton's going to play their corners in with their middle infield.
And it's going to keep the force then at second. Bestie pitches, and that's in for a strike. Brogan Moffitt today, he's been hit by a pitch twice, and then he was thrown out from the third base. So he hit it to third and thrown out. There is one out. Bestie swings, popped up. Johnson just couldn't get there, and that's because it went into the stadium of the seats, so beyond, he couldn't reach through the net. So some excitement here in this elimination game between the Renner Royals and the Yankton Bucks. Brogan Moffitt up to bat. Tate Bestie on the mound. Bestie has an under a 1 ERA. There's the pitch, and that is fouled off. 0-2 count. So right now, Brogan Moffitt just looking to protect the plate, put something in play. Pitch is in. That's ball one.
That was a close pitch.
That was a breaking ball. The crowd, of course, again wanting the strike. Pitch, and that is outside.
Runner goes.
2-2. Now the force is no longer in play.
So do you walk him at this point to load the bases up? It looks like Yankton is not and just going to play the infield in.
They are playing infield in. They have chosen not to walk him, even though the force is no longer in play, it looks like. They're going to bring the outfield in.
I think they're going to...
and now the coach for Yankton's going to go out and talk with the home plate umpire and make a defensive substitution.
Getting a better, maybe a better arm out there in center field.
We're going to see, I believe it's Cale Gary is going to come in for Cirque, and that's probably what the decision is they're going to put maybe a stronger arm in case that is a sacrifice or a fly to center field.
And they have moved the outfielders in quite a bit, not playing too shallow, but they have moved them in so they can maybe make a play at the plate on a fly ball.
So Gary now in center for Cirque. Bestie with the pitch, swing and a miss. High fastball and got him to chase. So Moffitt down.
And now you see Yankton defense go back to normal here. They've got 2 outs.
I thought McQuaid came in to pitch.
No, McQuaid didn't pitch, but he came in to bat. Yeah, and he is still in the game.
But the announcer just named Bjorkman. So I'm not sure. Pitch is in. Strike.
It is Bjorkman. He's number 13.
Yeah, Bjorkman's in, but I thought McQuaid batted last inning.
I thought he did too, but...
Foul ball. 0-2. So Bestie looking to get out of this inning. Renner threatening with Arbogast on third. Jacobson on second with that stolen base. Jacobson really is irrelevant here. Pitch is in, swing to third. Makes the throw over to Sheldon. So Goki with a big pressure picks up the ground ball and throws over to first. For 2 games in a row, Brett, we're going to extra innings.
Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Tony Arnold Construction. If you're looking for a general contractor for custom homes in and around the Watertown area or are in need of residential, commercial home, and commercial home remodeling, give Tony Arnold Construction a call at 605-880-8497 or email TonyArnoldConstruction@gmail.com. Good luck to the Watertown Post 17 baseball team from Tony Arnold Construction.
Baseball fans, stop into the Wheel Inn for some home-cooked food. Open 7 days a week, serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner with the best staff in town. Plus, online ordering is available. Visit WatertownWheelIn.com to order your favorites. Come to the Wheel Inn before or after the game for your home-cooked favorites. Open daily, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Highway 20 in Watertown. Good luck to the Watertown Arrows in the State A Legion Tournament from the staff at the Wheel Inn.
And welcome back to Post 17 TV. We are in extra innings in this elimination game between Renner and Yankton. We have a new pitcher on the mound for Renner, and it looks like Brogan Moffett is on the mound. Brogan has pitched 13.2 innings on the year. He has a 2-1 record. He is a bullpen arm. So,
I think it's still.
What's that?
It looks like it's still shite.
Is it shite still?
It looks like 42. It's kind of hard to see from this viewpoint.
Oh, it is shite. All right, so shite remains in the ball game and on the pitcher's mound. Shite with 59 pitches. He is at 4 1/3 so far. Bestie at the plate. He's got Bestie down in the count. 0 balls, 2 strikes. Delivery. Bestie swings to third. Moffett and over to first of Arbogast. So Moffett, who was standing on the mound when I looked up after the break, was must have been just talking with with Shite. So he is the third baseman, makes a good play on Bestie.
Now we have Easton Nelson, who came into the game in left field a couple innings ago, up for his first bat.
Easton Nelson, a ground ball type hitter. Hits a ground ball around 50% of the time. He was named a first-team All-State in the high school season. Up to bat for Yankton. Pitches in, and that's going to go foul.
And he's another Yankton post player going on to Mount Marty to play baseball.
Yes, he is. Favorite player is Ken Griffey Jr. You don't. I like Ken Griffey Jr., but you don't see a lot of players in today's high school saying, "Hey, Ken Griffey Jr. is my favorite player." Maybe the prettiest swing I've ever seen. Pitches in by Shite and down. Ball.
I don't know how many games Nelson would have seen Ken Griffey Jr. play, but he's probably seen plenty of highlights.
I'm sure he's seen highlights. Yeah. Yeah, the only swing maybe prettier is yours, Brett.
I probably have to disagree with that one.
Pitches in, Nelson, line drive, off the glove of Lechtenberg.
That was a hard hit ball. Lechtenberg was there, it just popped out of his glove.
That was a line drive. So Nelson on with an error. Cale Gary, he was the defensive substitution for Evan Sirk in last inning. Cale Gary hits at a 267 clip, so a good hitter himself. He's going to bunt, looks at the sacrifice, and does do his job. So they push him over, and they sacrifice with 2 outs.
Which brings the leadoff hitter, the third baseman, Sam Goki, up.
So Nelson goes to second. bringing Goki to the plate for his 5th plate appearance today. He is 1 for 4 on the day. Does have 1 run scored. Both of these teams wanting to continue their seasons. Scheidt with the pitch. And that is in for a strike on Sam Goki. Goki got Yankton out of that last inning with a cleanly fielded ground ball and a throw to first. Pitch is in. And low for ball 1. 2 days in a row, Brett, we get extra inning baseball. Yankton also 2 days in a row. They went to 9 innings last night with Pier, trying to get the win today in 8. Cleanly fielded there at third base, makes the throw over and gets Goki out. So Moffitt to Arbogast. We're going to the bottom of the 8th. You're watching Post 17 TV.
William Neal & Company would like to wish the Watertown Post 17 Legion baseball team good luck this season. Another great team for all your auditing, accounting, and tax preparation needs are the professionals at William Neal & Company, a full-service accounting firm serving the area for over 50 years. Offices located in Watertown and Clark. Give them a call today at 886-6028. That's 886-6028.
Do something to launch your future at Lake Area Tech. It's a living, working, thought-producing environment to help you level up in the workforce. Combined with hands-on training and real-world experience, you'll be ready to find a high-paying career you'll love right out of school, the way 99% of our graduates do. It's the best return on your college investment, the quickest path to your future success. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
And welcome back to Post 17 TV. We're in extra innings. We're now in the bottom of the 8th. This game tied up at 4 runs apiece. Zach Barr is going to come to the plate for Renner. He is 1 for 2 on the day. He does have 1 run scored in a walk. He hits this one to center field, and it looks like the shortstop of Riken backpedals and gets the out on Zach Barr. 1 down in the bottom of the 8th. Owen Lechtenberg, the left fielder. Foul ball. Lechtenberg, the left fielder for Renner. Lechtenberg is 1 for 2 on the day. One ball, 2 strikes. Tate Bestie on the mound. He's got 30 pitches.
He kind of has that quick, short delivery to the mound. It's a little bit different than we typically see out of pitchers.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Owen Lechtenberg. Pitch. And call out ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Lechtenberg. Lechtenberg trying to get on base to give the Renner Royals a chance. Pitches in and ball 4. Yeah, we're by the airport here in Watertown. Our camera crew and production crew having a little fun with some of the airplanes flying by. Pitch is in, and strike is called. Breeze now coming up. See it coming out of the southeast.
Lechtenberg
steals on. They keep a hold of it, and the call is out. So Lechtenberg trying to get into scoring position. Ball is there, and the tag is put on. Lechtenberg is a good throw by Johnson, and we've seen Johnson make that throw a couple times in this tournament. Lechtenberg goes down on a caught stealing.
Yeah, Johnson's been very solid at catcher, and once again, Wishan picks the ball out of the dirt, applies the tag. And he's just done an excellent job at second base this tournament.
So now there are 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th. Donahoe pops this up. Reichen over at the foul line. And that is for out number 3. We're going to the 9th inning.
The best way to get the most out of college is to do the most while you're in it. At Lake Area Tech, you'll learn in living, working environments with hands-on training and real-world experience to prepare for a high-paying career you love right out of school. From the moment you step on campus until you're one of our graduate success stories, when you start something here, you'll get an education you can really put to work and the best return on your investment. Lake Area Tech, the start of something new.
At Active Heating, you could say we specialize in comfort, heating and air conditioning, plumbing, air and water quality. Active Heating is ready. Too hot or too cold? Our certified comfort experts for Coleman Heating and Cooling Equipment can help. Don't let a leak drain your bank account. Our plumbers can handle it. Improve your air and water quality with an air purifier and reverse osmosis system from Active Heating, your local Coleman dealer. Active Heating of Watertown and Brookings, your comfort experts.
Looking for a way to show your school spirit and support the Watertown School District? With the Aero Spirit card from American Bank and Trust, you can do both. Every time you use your Aero Spirit debit card, a portion of your purchase goes right back to the school, helping fund important programs and activities. It's a win for you and a big win for our students. Visit your local American Bank and Trust at 1715 First Avenue Northeast today to sign up and make a difference with every swipe. American Bank and Trust, member FDIC.
Welcome back to Post 17 TV. You're watching coverage of the South Dakota A State American Legion State Tournament. We are in the top of the 9th inning. In American Legion baseball, we only play 7 innings, so this is extra inning baseball. And Yankton, the visitors on the scoreboard, is going to send their 2, 3, and 4 batters to the plate this inning. They will start with Matthew Sheldon, the first baseman. Sheldon is 1 for 2 on the day. Scheit loses the handle on that one, but we were talking, Scheit has pitched just a fantastic game. Parker has gone 5.1 innings, 2 hits, 1 run, 1 earned, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts.
And he came in the 3rd in a tough situation, was able to get out of it. Yeah, he's just continued on, kind of shut Yankton down.
2 balls, 0 strike to Sheldon. Now a 3-0 count. Sheldon, I am sure they probably have the red light on here for Sheldon. Right now, Yankton just looking for base runners. Scheit with the delivery, and that is high, a 4-pitch walk. That'll put Sheldon on first. And Renner's going to have a mound visit. Probably just they going to see, maybe you have a conversation with Scheit. Hey, try and settle him down. Maybe you say, hey, how you feeling here? That was a 4-pitch walk. We haven't seen that, I don't think, all afternoon. What else are you talking about?
I think they're also talking about the bunt situation. Yankton has sacrificed several times today. I would suspect they're going to try it again, get Sheldon to second base. So they're just going to go over their situation and what they're going to do.
This does bring up Easton Feeser. And Feeser is 1 for 3 on the day. Or 1 for 4 on the day. First pitch. And that's down for a ball.
And he didn't square up to bunt, but that is not to say that he's not going to hear.
Scheit on the mound for Renner. The delivery, down, swings away. Foul ball, Arbogast goes over, he's at the fence. And just about makes a fantastic catch, but it just goes beyond his glove. Great effort by Arbogast there on first base.
Yeah, he's actually upset that he missed that ball, which it would have been an incredible catch.
The replay on that, of course, our team just caught that as well, just beyond his glove. Ball 2. Scheit with the pitch, swing, fly ball. Jacobson called off by the second baseman of Bjorkman. Bjorkman makes that catch for out number 1. Gavin Johnson will come to the plate.
I thought they might
try and bunt him over.
Sacrifice him over there.
Pitches in, Johnson. He loaded, but held up on that pitch. Johnson 0 for 4 on the day. He did reach on an error.
Got it, boys.
We have our radio crew heckling some Yankton youth up here in the stands.
Trying to help them out, get a foul ball reward. I think it's $1 for a foul ball here at the Watertown Stadium. Gavin Johnson at the plate, loads up, swings, and that goes wide left, just beyond the third base for a foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Gavin Johnson. We are in the top of the 9th inning. Two balls, 2 strikes. Foul ball. Scheit now at 83 pitches in this game. Parker Scheit just pitching a gem. Pitches in, down in the dirt. Donahoe with a good stop. 3 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out. Matthew Sheldon on first base. He is the go-ahead run. Pitches in, swing, and a foul. Another foul ball. A lot of foul territory, and that is out.
They have some Watertown and Rapid City fans coming into the stadium for the next game, and they're getting to see some bonus ball here and getting to see a good game at the end.
They are, and seeing some energy, and this is a good baseball game. We've gotten some bonus baseball the last couple of days. The Aero TV crew and the Post 17 TV crew are like, hey, we don't want you guys to come back call these games. They just go to extra innings.
Yeah, they're on overtime.
Gavin Johnson, count is full. Scheidt with the delivery. Jacobson flips it over to second. Double play up the middle. Jacobson to Bjorkman to Arbogast, and they get out of the inning with the 6-4-3 double play. You're watching Post 17 TV.
In town for the game or just passing through? Well, swing by Country Road Barn, home of the area's best smoked meats, brisket, ribs, pulled pork, all slow smoked to perfection and served with that small town charm. They're open Wednesday through Friday, 5 until 9 p.m., so plan your visit and bring your appetite. It's a true taste of small town South Dakota and worth every mile. The Country Road Barn, just minutes from Watertown and a home run for your hunger.
And welcome back to Post 17 TV. We've got a good one here. We are in the bottom of the ninth inning. Extra innings, Renner will be up to see if they can plate one run, and they're going to send to bat Zach Sprinkle, and that'll be the top of the lineup. Directly after this game on Post 17 TV, we'll have a post-game show with the team from KXLG Radio, your live and local radio station here in Watertown. And then, things are going to be delayed just a little bit, and we'll have the game between Post 22, Rapid City Post 22 Hard Hats, and the Watertown Arrows Post 17 directly after this game. Of course, the grounds crew will get things ready, so just stay with us here on Post 17 TV when this game is over.
I don't know why we expect anything different with Yankton. This is,
yeah, Yankton,
yesterday.
Yankton likes their baseball. We talked about that. They just want to keep playing. Yep. Yeah. So Zach Sprinkle will be up for Renner. Sprinkle does have a hit on the day and has scored. He scored back in the third inning. That pitch is in for a strike.
And he's got a little speed, so if they can get him on base, he might be one to get into scoring position on his own.
Right. Pitch is in. Bestie remains on the hill. Base hit up the middle by Zach Sprinkle. And he is the speedster. He did have a stolen base back in the third inning. So if they can get him in scoring position, they're in business. Jack Stukel comes up to bat for Renner.
He's 1 for 4 on the day. He lays down a bunt.
And sacrificed. So they put a Sprinkle in scoring position with the bunt.
Once again, it looked like Yankton had trouble with their footing when he went to field that ball and throw it.
So bring up Rylan Arbogast, and you wonder if some of that comes into play because they're used to playing on turf.
Yeah, that could be.
And not grass sod. Rylan Arbogast, he had that double and ended up on third base with the error with 1 out, and they were unable to get him across the plate. He's going to try and trade places right now with Sprinkle, which would win the game for Renner. 1 ball, 0 strikes, pitches in there for a strike. Tate Bestie, the winning pitcher last night in the 9th inning over Pierre. We are in the 9th inning here. Tate Bestie again pitching a 9th inning, 2 days in a row. That pitch is up for a ball. There's the pitch, swing, fouled up. And he makes the catch along the concrete wall. And he's limping just a little bit. We're going to give him a little bit of time. He went after that. We'll see if Johnson is okay. Johnson.
Yeah, that was right into the concrete.
Right into the concrete, and he sacrificed his body for that catch. Johnson is one heck of a catcher. Tough kid. He knew the situation. A lot of players would just let that go out there, but he went right into it to make that out. And they're checking on him right now to make sure he's okay. They're going to give him some time to walk it off.
He's a catcher. He's going to be back in there.
Best athletes on the field. There we go. And it looks like he's going to might have a replay of this catch. We'll see Johnson go over there, and you see him slam into that concrete. No padding there at all. And he goes up and makes that catch. That's a great catch by Johnson. That's 2 outs in the bottom of the 9th on the pop fly to
They're going to walk
the catcher.
Brody Jacobson again here. They're going to give him an intentional walk.
That's 2 intentional walks for him, isn't it?
Yes, it is. They walked him the last at bat.
Brings up Brogan Moffitt. Brogan Moffitt, they walked Jacobson to get to Moffitt last time that these two were up, and that was in the 7th inning, in the bottom of the 7th. See if Brogan Moffitt can come due here. He struck out in that at bat. There are 2 outs. Swing, goes over to Goki. Goki goes to third. So Goki has finished an inning twice and got them out of a jam. Good defensive play by Yankton. We're going to the 10th. We'll be back.
Glacier Lakes Power Sports and Golf is your indoor golf destination in Watertown, South Dakota. We have 4 golf simulators available to rent 7 days a week. Call us at 605-954-4080 to reserve your time, or visit our website at glpowersports.com.
Infinity Fun is the place to be. They got trampolines, they got bowling, they got mini golf, they got games, they got food that's insanely good. Infinity Fun, they got trampolines, they got bowling, they got mini golf, they got games, they got food that's insanely good. Infinity Fun.
Open 7 days a week in Watertown.
Your starting lineup for KXLG Radio. Leading off at the front desk, Lori Kane. On the air, your power hitters, Jeremy Herbold, Ben Dilla, Jan Robson, Tim Williams, Gary Weckworth, Robin Givens, Doreen Foster, and Jaden Thomas. If it's news, Steve Jurens hits it out of the park. In sales, your closers, Andy Turback, Ben Dilla, Nicole Kraus, and Brody Reese. And skipper, Melissa Herbold. KXLG, your locally owned community radio station, still undefeated.
And welcome back to Post 17 TV. We are in the 10th inning. The 10th inning, the rules change just a little bit. Now both teams get an opportunity to put their last batter on second base. So they play a little Major League Baseball rules. The last batter up will go to second base. So in this case, Gavin Johnson he made the last out.
Yep, so he is on second base. And other than that, it's played as normal.
And now they'll bring up Beck Reichen in the 10th. And that will put Beck Reichen on, or Gavin Johnson on second, Beck Reichen up to bat. Scheit remains on the mound. Pitches in, swing, left field. Lechtenberg is there and makes the catch.
Right at him, he didn't have to move much for that one.
One down. There was no chance for Gavin Johnson to advance on that hit. Owen Wishon up to bat. He is 0 for 3 on the day. Johnson remains a second. Scheit with the pitch. There's a base hit going into left field. Lechtenberg picks that up and gets it in. Johnson is able to advance to third. Wishon with the base hit, and he will go to first. This is the top of the 10th. And now we're going to see probably a pitching change. Scheit with 89 pitches, or is he just going to come out and talk about situations?
Yeah, here we go again for Renner, having to choose, do we walk the next guy to load the bases up, force out at every base? Do we stay in this situation with the middle infield back to try to turn the double play? We do have one out, so a couple different things that they can do.
One out. Tate Bestie is going to come up to the plate. They are leaving Scheit in to pitch. Parker. Wishon on first, Johnson on third. This is the top of the 10th inning. Scheit with the pitch, swings on, pops up to the middle infield, and that is caught by Bjorkman. So Bestie out on a pop out to the second baseman.
Now there's two outs, everything's back to normal.
Easton Nelson was the defensive substitution a couple of innings ago, but he
hit that line drive to left field that the left fielder couldn't quite handle, and so he hit it hard as his last at bat.
Scheit with the pitch. That is down low. There is two outs. Scheit looking to get his team out of this jam. Again, Johnson, who is on third, started this inning on second base with no outs.
Good block by Donahue.
Good block by Donahoe. Collapsed right on it, used his chest, kept it in front of him. Easton Nelson at the plate. He delivers. Right down the middle for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike to Easton Nelson. The pitch. And they're saying it hit his forearm. looks like Easton Nelson has a short conversation with the umpire. The umpire is saying it hit him, and we're going to see Renner's coach is going to come out and ask for an explanation here. If it did hit Nelson, Nelson didn't sell it very well.
Yeah, he didn't sell it, and it almost looked like he didn't want to take his base. Like it's like, no, I'll stay in there and hit.
Right. But this will load the bases up, 2 outs, but there's a force now on every base. This will bring up Cale Gary. Cale Gary, another late substitution, but going to play baseball at Mount Marty. He does have an average of 267 on the year. Trying to drive in a run. There's a hit, and that is through. Jacobson couldn't get there, play at the plate, and they call him out at home. So we've got 1 score, and you can see Yankton not happy with that call. That's a bang play. They did score. Johnson scored, so they're up by 1, and then Wishan went in and attempted to score, and he was called out at home plate. Let's see this replay. We see this diving in head first, and there's the tag right there. So he was, does look like he was left of the plate, or right of the plate as he dove in. Let's of course, they're still talking about it at home. The umpire was right on it.
Yeah, even on replay, that was a little hard to see just because of the angle.
Let's see if we could see this. Again, this is the replay. You see him go in with his left hand. We're not going to be able to see that left hand and where it was. Well, you know, do you make an argument that Donahoe was, you know, in front of the plate? Maybe that's an argument you make. That was a bang play. Nonetheless, we're going into the bottom of the 10th. Yankton has scored 1 run with their runner that was put on second base. So 5-4. This will bring up Renner in the bottom of the 10th.
And they're going to have Moffitt starting at second base with Bjorkman up to bat.
And in all of that excitement, Cale Gary is credited with a single and an RBI. So Cale Gary, a defensive or a late substitution, does come in and get that RBI.
I don't know if you noticed, in the parking lot, it looks like we have another ball game breakout.
Oh yeah, look
Wiffle
at that.
ball.
That's fun. Little wiffle ball back there in the open parking lot. Lots of ball going on. That's fun, just off of the right field out in the parking lot. Tate Bestie remains on the mound. Bjorkman up to bat, and we will have Moffitt at second base. That pitch is called a ball. Swing, hard hit, going to center. That's caught, the tag by Moffitt, and he is going to get to third. Strong throw out there in center by Gary.
I think they have him leaving early from second base.
And he is called out on an appeal. So Moffitt starts on second, and he is going to be called out on an appeal because he left early. Gary makes the catch, but he left before the catch was made to make it to third.
And I can see why they put Gary in center field because of his arm, because he made a strong throw.
He did make a strong throw. So there are 2 outs in the bottom of the 10th. Zach Barr now up to bat. Zach Barr is 1 for 3 on the day. Tate Bestie remains on the pitching mound. He's got 49 pitches in this game. He was the winning pitcher last night against Pierre, post 8. Bestie, the right-hander, out of the stretch, works. That's a foul ball down the left field line. We are in the bottom of the 10th. Stay with us for the KXLG post-game show. And then after that, we'll have post-22 Hard Hats versus the Watertown Arrows. Things are getting backed up. That 7 o'clock game tonight could go late. Zach Barr at the plate. Bestie with the pitch.
Yankton definitely not happy with that call.
No.
The coach came out of the dugout. I think he was expecting strike 3 on that pitch.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Well, you know that Yankton's coach not overly thrilled with the play at home with the home plate umpire last play. So he's not going to have a long leash right now with the home plate umpire. And there's a strike 3, and you can see Yankton is happy about that one. So Zach Barr.
Yeah, that is excited ball team there.
Strikes out, so Tate Bestie gets the win again tonight in the 10th inning. And that will eliminate the Renner Royals. And Yankton will live to play another day. We have our post-game show, and they're getting ready. We'll send it over to them right when they let us know they're ready. But now Yankton, who defeats Renner 5-4 in 10 innings, will play tomorrow night at 4 p.m. in game number 12. Renner, what a ball game. They end up being eliminated from state tournament. In our box score, our winning pitcher here today is going to be Tate Bestie. Tate Bestie, through 4 2/3 innings, he gave up 2 hits, no runs, 3 walks, and did have 3 strikeouts. Frankie Intfeld did start the game. He had pitched 4 innings, gave up 6 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 1 walk, and did have 4 strikeouts. Boston Frick was in the middle innings for Yankton, and he pitched 1 1/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 run, and none of them were earned. So the win on the mound goes to Tate Bestie. But we need to talk about Parker Scheidt. Parker Scheidt pitched a gem for Renner. He went 7 1/3 innings, came in a tough spot, and gets him out of that, and then pitches the next 7 1/3 innings and gave up 4 hits, 1 run, 1 was earned, and 3 walks, 2 strikeouts.
Yeah, a lot of credit to Scheidt from Renner for coming in that situation. And how many times do you hear in American Legion baseball a relief pitcher going 7 innings?
Yeah, you don't hear that very often.
Because we went 10 innings.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, hats off to Renner. They played a great game. They just came up short today.
Yeah, they did, and we have to talk about Sohn. Sohn started the game. He went 2 2/3 innings, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, 2 walks, and did strike out 1. In the offensive, well, it looks like maybe our KXLG team might be ready.
Looks like they have Cale Gary down there.
Yeah, Cale Gary, it looks like, and the head coach for Yankton meeting with our KXLG team for the postgame. We're going to send it over to our friends with KXLG and the postgame show.
Yeah, I mean, you were a late substitution in the game, so you were watching the game and you get thrown into the fire, so to speak, and you come up with the RBI game-winning single. What's your mindset when you're coming off the bench like that into the game and then having to kind of jump in the middle of the game?
I mean, I just know I'm one of those guys that if I need it, I'll go in and do my job, and when I got off the play, I just said I'm going to swing the bat. And happened and won the game. So
awesome. And do you know what he threw you there? Was that kind of what you were expecting on that pitch that you singled into left?
It was a little fastball outside, but it was close. I wanted to swing at it because I had confidence in myself. Just hit the ball and let my team do the rest.
All right. Well, congratulations once again. We'll let you get back to your teammates, and yeah, we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
They keep alive after 2 games of going extra innings. Todd, we'll let you talk to the winning coach. That was pretty awesome.
Another extra inning ball game. A little fun, a little excitement. You guys hanging in there?
Yeah, hanging in there. We've had a couple of those this year that we've had extra innings, and we've been able to come out on top. I mean, it'd be nice if we could do it in 7 innings, but whatever it takes for us to do it is fine. It's exciting. It's just definitely was probably fun for you guys to watch. I don't know if it was so much fun to coach, but it was fun for you guys, I'm sure.
Well, it's always fun coming out on top anyway. I mean, if it takes extra innings, that's always a bonus. But pitching-wise, you guys sitting all right as far as set up next game and beyond, hopefully? And
yeah, we got our one available tomorrow. So we kept Cottle under 60 before the game against Harrisburg. So we got Cottle ready. And, the guy you just talked to, Cale, he's been mostly a pitcher for us. And so he's ready to go. Yeah, we think we're ready. We're set up. I was hoping not to use Bestie as much as I did there in that game, but he got out of so many jams there. Man, I mean, they had every opportunity to win that game, and he kept getting out of it. But hopefully we can get him back in 2 days. I didn't even see his pitch count, so I don't know.
It was either, but just one of those games again where, like I said, they had opportunities, but your guys, they answered the call and they stayed with it and were able to get the job done in the extra innings there. Let's see, I was going to ask you one other question on what it was now, but anyway, appreciate you coming up and good luck the rest of the tournament.
Appreciate it.
Thank you guys.
All right. How awesome was that, guys? We're going to wrap things up. We're getting the wrap-up call here, so we're going to wrap this up. We're going to have another game coming up here shortly, but it was Yankton defeating Renner by a score of 5-4. Elimination game, so Renner has been eliminated. Yankton will move on. Next one coming up, it's going to be a good one. It's number 1 versus number 3 in elimination game. Rapid City Post 22 versus Watertown. Coming up here shortly. We'll be back with the pregame show in hopefully just a little bit, but that's going to wrap up this game's postgame show. The KXLG postgame show for Todd Juding and for Ben Dilla. I'm Jeremy Herbold.
You've been watching coverage of the 2025 Class A American Legion Baseball Tournament on Post 17 TV. This has been a presentation of the Watertown Baseball Association in partnership with Aero TV and KXLG Radio. Like and subscribe to follow more of the Purple and Gold.